Well, there was a nifty update, and OBS did not like that. Well, hello everyone. Leon Jericho, criminal threats. So I don't know. Nothing. It's like a misdemeanor with 50 months or so. They have him in MRPD, but I don't know. I do not care enough. Yeah, let's hope there's gonna be some interesting people. Okay. What are we wearing? Are we wearing this? I guess. I mean, that's just really Polito. I hope our stuff is finally gonna come in. I mean, I still don't know why Ron isn't captain and Asher lieutenant. Also, I'm eating M&Ms. This time for real, I'm eating them. Nom. I really wonder how they want to do things. LSPD is going to be structured by the chief. That is going to come up. But, yeah. I also don't know if they're going for one lieutenant per sub-department per shift. Or one lieutenant per department per shift. Either way, I think I'm in the running with Bush for that. As there is no other sergeant in shift 1 for LSSD. Whoa! Corazón. I said son of a bitch. In Swiss German. Irv. I got you, boss. Why are you running? Why are you running?
Hey.
So, dude. So, what did he do with Jericho?
Yeah!
What?
What's happening?
Sorry about that. I got very happy for no reason. What's up?
Right, okay.
Arsenal
Oh,
definitely did not score in the
yeah,
94th
yeah.
minute.
I knew that game was happening.
Who's the reindeer?
Hello, it's me, Drew.
Oh, hey, Drew. Why are you a reindeer today?
Because of an incident that happened yesterday, so I gotta spend 3 hours like this today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You guys want to take a selfie with me?
I'm not sure if my sexual confidence is where you're at, so I'm gonna decline for now.
Oh, okay. If you guys need me, I'll be in the city for, trying to get there anyways.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Well, you guys take it easy and hope you stay safe.
You too.
Yep, you too, you too.
All right. See you later.
Is Drew a furry, guys?
I'm not judging. Just not my kind of, deal.
All right, who's here to help? More.
I thought we were doing this so fast, but I guess that's tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow's the Salt Flats. What's it called? Apartment day.
Fair enough, fair enough.
All right. Who else is on duty for this? Jake Garrison said he wanted to come help. I'm not saying no to that. He may as well come help. He helped with county fair.
Gonna call Gamble.
All right, so how many of us are there? We got 5. With Gamble, there's 6. Let's get everyone marked under me so I can actually get numbers.
Hey, Gamble. These interviews are gonna be LSSD. Oh, you have? All right, perfect. All right. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Take your time. I think I told him it was a salt flat, so I wanted to make sure he
Oh
knows.
no.
Two of those
yeah, no.
names look familiar, by the way.
All right. Everyone has access to the job fair sheet, right? Or the application sheet.
Yup.
Garrison, it
Yes.
should be the same one that was sent to you last week for county fair.
Yeah, I got it. I have, yeah. I'll be
So I'm
honest, Bush, I did-
unsure. Yeah, in case you are not aware, we are basically these shift one interviews are going to be the guinea pigs for what might be the future of how we do interviews in the police department.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's going to be a 2-part interview process. Today is day 1 and part 1, where they interview the field training division. We basically gauge an idea for why they want to be why they want to be part of the police department, gauge an understanding of their character, of how they are as a person, and if they claim to be fast track or have some experience, they're going to do the foundations test today as well. At the end of the day, we are going to we'll all come together, basically discuss the interviews and decide who's going to move on to the second phase, which will be tomorrow. The second phase is going to be a department day where they interview with the departments that they wish to be a part of. So you see how there's top 3 departments on the job fair sheet?
Yeah.
The application had a question for what are your top 3 departments that you wish to join? Basically, they'll be invited to the salt flats where you have tents filled with the numerous police departments and sub-departments here. And they will be going to each of those departments and interviewing with the department heads and sergeants of that department. They will be getting offers to join those departments, and then the department heads will meet with us afterwards, say who they're inviting to fucking hell.
Huh. What?
You okay?
Words are hard.
Yeah, I'm fine. What?
You are not fine.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
you
what
are
you
not
talking
fine.
about?
You sound like a robot.
Yeah,
You
you're-
do.
Yeah, you are not fine.
Oh, hold on.
Oh my god, it's worse.
What's up, Darth?
Is that better?
Yeah.
I don't know where that robot is. That robot caught my throat. No, no.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all day 2. We'll cross day 2 when we get to it. Today we're literally all we're going to be doing is find out why they want to be part of the police department, gauge an understanding for their character, who they are as a person, and then if they are listed as some experience of fast track, they're going to be doing the foundations test as well.
have
At
a
the end of
question,
today, go ahead.
Based on something Ruiz and I were talking about, what happens if they pass the P&T interview, but none of the departments are really interested in them?
Then they're shit out of luck and they're not getting hired.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I did. So, like, shift
Yeah.
Should have made people like it more, I guess.
Valid.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Central departments have kind of had it up to here with, yeah, that's just, that's a discussion I'm not getting into. But yeah, they need to pass part 1, which is today, and they also need to get an offer from a department before they get hired into the PD.
If they're playing without a weapons license, can I give them shit for that now?
Sure, give them a shit for it, but it'll be part of their hiring conditions to get a weapons license. Yeah. How many of us are there? There's 6, and then Gamble will be 7. Do we want to do 2 groups and do 4 and 3, or do we want to do 3 groups, 2, 2, and 3? Should we do 2?
We could do 3.
It's gonna depend how many people are gonna show
Like,
up.
how many are coming? Because that list is pretty
True,
big.
yeah.
So far, there's already 8
Damn.
in there.
Jesus
Gonna
Christ, yeah,
wait
we're doing
till-
3.
Yes.
Okay, we're doing 3 groups. Is it
Yeah.
gonna have to be 3?
there's already 8 waiting.
It has to be 3 groups.
There's probably now more because I went to change to look a little bit more professional instead of like a motor.
All right, yeah. Fuck it. Let's do
damn it.
3. The 3. So we've got the 3. The 3 has to be one of them has to have garrison.
Yes, thank you.
let's do it like this. Brenton, actually you want to do the highways? Actually, wait, no. Do I want to? Do y'all want to be split, or do y'all want to be like one big group, like the 3 highways?
I don't care. We can do whatever.
All right. Let's do this. You two plus Garrison, me and Bush, and then Moore and Gamble. Does that work?
Sure. Yeah. I just don't know if we have Gamble yet. That's all, because he's in a conversation right now, so he might be a bit late.
I would say also, would it not make more sense for me to be with you and Bush since I'm county?
I think Gamble's gonna be the one that's gonna be late, so I wouldn't like Gamble's gonna be the one that just tags onto whichever group. So let's not include Gamble for now.
All right.
Split it, like,
Yeah,
without
Garrison, come with
Gamble.
us. Yeah, come with us, and then Moore join Quentin and Mossberg for now. We'll do 2 groups, and then when Gamble arrives, Moore can split off to be a 3rd group. 3rd group.
Okay.
I've got quite a mouth already. God, it's
That works.
already.
That's
Well,
right.
that's
Too early for
unlucky.
this.
Just remember
Oh, God.
Arsenal, and you'll be fine.
But I've met all of you except for you, Sergeant Quell. Hello, I'm WDJ Garrison. We refuse to grant you the title of FTO, but we let you do interviews person.
Hey, nice to meet you. I didn't hear like half of that because Gamble is incredible
Dude,
on radio.
I'm going with elevator music today. On
Guys,
I
I'm
have
having
this
a
song
question.
in loop.
Oh.
Garrison.
The
What
job
did you say?
fair stuff all has the questions that we're asking, right?
It is on the interview questions and then foundations test. I'm gonna be
Okay.
real. Even if the questions get boring, just ask whatever weird and wacky questions you have. I don't really care
spice
about
it
the
up.
interview form. Yeah, spice
Vote
it
for
up.
personality.
I don't really care about following the interview format, the interview questions format, as long as we get the foundations test actually done properly.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hey,
Yeah,
Angelica.
yeah.
Hello.
I've got all of your interviewees in a little gaggle.
So one thing,
Alright,
guys, just come back
perfect.
here for a second.
Ah! Why you're assaulting me?
There's a lot of
I want
There's a lot.
to talk to you about.
You know what you did.
I
Come
don't
back,
know what you're
everyone,
talking.
just for 1 minute.
Bush,
For
more.
1 minute, just for
Oh,
1
Go,
minute.
there
go
you are.
back. He wants you back. Go back.
All right. So obviously, I know some of you probably don't do these often, and we might get like some candidates where we're thinking like, oh, this person we saw like 50-50 on a fence with them. When that sort of happens to me, the thing I like to ask myself, because we need to sort of like look out for our FTOs, right? Like you guys are all pretty much FTOs. You like to FTO as well. So just think of it this way, right? Am I or somebody else is gonna be, able to sit with this person, 3 to 4 hours at a time, right? And feel fulfilled at the end of that FTO session, right? And if the answer is probably no, then it might be better just to say no to that candidate, okay? Because I know a lot of the time we might get somebody that's sort of like a 50-50, but do try to sort of look out for your fellow FTOs like during the interview process, okay?
I'm a
Gotcha.
Magnolia.
Yeah, at the end of the
Actually-
day, I trust all of you as FTOs. Think of it like this. Would you want to be FTOing this person for 4 hours, like taking them out on a 4-hour session and being engaged?
Yes, it is.
Think of it like that.
Okay. We're not giving them a decision at the
Magnolia
interview today,
Hearts.
right?
No, we're going to send them. We're going to send them invites to tomorrow at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, at the end of the interview, we'll just say next steps. You'll be contacted tonight with a decision whether you'll be invited to day 2 or whether you failed at this stage of the interview process and you'll have to reapply.
Or whether
Are we
you're a
leaving
bozo.
interview notes anywhere by any chance? Like, are we writing that down somewhere?
Yeah. Should we just use a sheet? I can't be asked to put the report in
I was also
Sure,
gonna say
no,
I
doesn't
can't
matter,
put
that's
anything
fine.
on a report. so-
because we only have us two as
That's
FTSs.
fine. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah,
again.
there's a comments on interview section. Use that.
I'm sorry to bother. Do you want me to set you guys up as a unit so no one disturbs you?
Yes, please. I think we
Okay.
already are.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Meyer did that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh,
I think
speaking of
it's
which.
just. Yeah, it's just because it was just a.
Oh, we just
couple
haven't
times, I
we
was
just
double
haven't
checking.
renamed it yet. Yeah.
That's cool. Just wanted to double check. I was going to get the trainee to do it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You could always
Sorry about
just
that.
disband it.
Thanks, Stephanie. But no,
I'm
actually,
sorry.
when you're done, can I speak to you for like 2 seconds? I just want you to check over something.
Sure. Like now or after all of this?
It's only just checking over Magnolia's test report, just to get your before I sign it off.
I mean, I trust you. If you think
Yeah,
it's a good
cool.
enough report,
Sign off.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yeah,
Any
they're
other
all
questions?
ready and waiting for you.
Speaking of reports, the only
There's
person
always
I talk
one.
to you about something.
Hi guys.
There's always
You
one.
fuck.
Oh, my shoelaces. Oh,
Oh, we
Are
got
you guys
gambling now.
okay?
Perfect.
Do I need
Hey,
to
Gamble.
call
Oh, there we
EMS?
go.
Hi.
ow.
Oh,
Somebody
you
try
sound like you're on the
20.
radio. Cycle on 1.
Hello.
Say something. Oh, perfect.
Shall
All
we
right.
hop on a channel as well for this?
Yeah, yeah, it'd be a good idea.
Sure.
Just everyone get on TAC 10.
Oh,
Hey, dispatcher on channel 10.
I'm not accepting that. Okay.
What the hell?
No, I'm kidding.
What
I'm
the
kidding.
hell?
Damn.
Kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
What's
kidding.
up, Dizzy?
All right. Yeah.
not very
well,
good,
Let's
Stephanie,
go
she
to
scares me.
the. Yeah. We're gonna split off between the meeting room. I'll take the meeting room, my group. Fuck it. Let's just do 2. Let's just do 2 groups. Fuck
No,
it.
there is
We
a
can.
lot of
There's a lot
of
of
them. Let's do 3.
I mean,
we-
I'm a be real. I
they're
mean,
all-
it's fine.
We already have 8 waiting. Okay.
It's
Um,
fine. They can
I'm
wait.
gonna go take a look. Hold on. You guys figure out how many
Well,
groups
we
you're
know
gonna
we
do. I'll
have.
be right back.
Gamble,
I
make sure they
ca-
have
the
eyebrows.
the dispatcher said that Brock was apparently crabby already. I don't know if one of them is named Brock or if she was
didn't
talking
have
about.
coffee this morning, and I yelled at them for not wanting to come to LSSD.
Oh, dispatcher was talking about you. Okay,
All right.
makes sense.
Yeah, I
Never
mean, here's the
mind.
thing. We're doing 2 groups. I want to get the
This is
opinion of
their
more than 2 people for an interview.
This
here's
is
the
their
thing, if they
first
were waiting-
test.
Yeah. Yep.
This is their first test. Patience is a virtue. If they don't have fucking
Yeah, true.
patience, they don't deserve to be hired.
Yeah. It's
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I
We
waited
can
9
have.
months. Okay.
Hey, the reason I sat on top of a hill for 5 hours waiting for somebody to carjack a car and they didn't do shit. Alright? Patience
All right.
matters.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 2 groups. Me, Bush, Maud, Garrison, and then the
Okay.
highway. The highway lot can be another group.
Sure.
The
A
highway.
smelly highway in their own group.
Yeah, imagine having a station that my key fob doesn't work at for some reason.
All right. Should we
So
go
you're
and
welcome
talk to
there.
them?
Yeah, it completely refuses. Both
just
of them
not
on all
welcome there.
3 doors just
Wait. Let
don't
me
work.
let me wear formals. Let me-
You're just not
That's
welcome
fine.
there, Garrisons. This is what it is, man. Ah, 70 is 20. What the hell?
Gamble, you gonna be with us?
Oh my god.
Can you 1099, please?
You gonna be with me and Mossberg?
So yeah, mods,
Copy
you
that.
might want to mute the new channels in Discord.
Let's get going.
Just basically my bot relaying. Do I need to put on
Alright.
long sleeves? Really?
I don't care if you want to or not. Alright, let's go to the front lobby and talk to them. Hey Mayfield.
Yeah, I'm just eyebrow checking everyone
Howdy,
really
howdy.
fast.
What's going on?
Oh, base.
Shift 1 interviews.
I think more just had a headache. Not a good start.
Looks so weird.
Pretty. Eyebrows.
Oh, thank you.
Eyebrows.
If you don't have eyebrows, you may be immediately
I
disqualified.
think you have eyebrows.
I have eyebrows.
Eyebrows. Eyebrows. They all
Yes, you
have
do.
eyebrows.
You better have eyebrows, Bush.
Who wouldn't have eyebrows?
Look, listen, you know the
wonder if
amount
I can
of people
get
that I run
fired
into on a regular
afterwards.
basis that don't have fucking eyebrows.
Why do they shave their eyebrows? That's so.
I don't know. No eyebrows, no rights. That's my policy. God, you
Oh.
look like a really fucking old version of Humphrey. Oh my god.
Who's Humphrey?
Oh my god, that's right.
He's an attorney.
It kinda does.
Wait, you want
Okay.
to
All right, nobody without eyebrows. That's great.
don't know.
Love to see that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, sure, come on.
You're very pretty, officer.
I was just seeing what you
Thank
guys
you, I
were doing.
appreciate it.
Ready for Let me mark myself.
And
Gable
this-
is very pretty. You're
Yeah,
bright.
I'm
Gamble, you are very
Yes.
pretty. Who's this?
Thank you.
Mossberg,
I
I wanna
did
shift
that
Oh
before
my
I could even
god,
open
I've
it.
heard so much about you, Mossberg.
Have you?
Yeah, I heard you're a bit cringe, but cool as fuck.
What the hell? I am not cringe.
That's what officers are told me.
Huh.
Okay, you're probably gonna
Well,
be
anyway.
last in interviews.
Alright. We done? Alright.
I think they're done.
Well, okay, welcome everybody. Good afternoon.
That's,
welcome to the Los Santos Sheriff's
Wolf.
Department. Congratulations on making it past the first stage, being the
She's
application
from the
process.
Crack Shank.
So you guys cheer. I don't know.
We have determined
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys-
Behaving yourselves.
Yeah, we have determined you guys can read and write a little bit. So yeah, well done. You've actually
No,
followed all the
Winters.
instructions.
His name Winters. I think it's Winters.
Some better than the others, but hey, well done anyway.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This is going to be the first of 2 interviews. Today will be the first stage. Stage 1 will be interviews with the field training division of the Department of Public Safety.
Yeah, possible.
I'll introduce myself. My name is Corporal Stephanie Mayer. I am the field training lead for Shift 1. And you'll be interviewed by either myself as well as other field training instructors and field training supervisors of the field training division. That's going to be today's first stage of interviews. You'll be contacted at the end of the day with either an invite to day 2, being the second stage of interviews at the Salt Flats, where you'll be interviewing with the departments they wish to be a part of, or you'll receive a message saying that you failed today's interview and you won't be invited to the second stage. All right?
At this time.
At this time. Yeah. That doesn't stop you from reapplying.
Dispatch is hiring.
Dispatch is also hiring. What's it called? Yeah, if you have any questions, I don't want to take your questions now because we are kind of running behind and we want to get through all of these interviews today. If you have any questions, talk to the interview panel that you'll be interviewing with. It's going to be a good day. You might feel a bit nervous. Just, I don't know, take a breather. We wish you the best of luck with your interviews.
None of us are going to hurt you.
Yeah, none of us. Some of us may not hurt you.
Mossberg, maybe Gamble, but most of us won't hurt you.
Hell yeah.
What's all the Mossberg slander today? What the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah, take a breather. We wish you the best of luck, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You know what? I'm going to take people starting from this side, and Quentin, you can take people starting from that side.
So we get Wish.com Humphrey.
All right.
And we get, who are you?
Johanna. Wish.com.
Johanna? All right.
All right.
Why don't
Humphrey,
you come with
let's go
us?
upstairs.
Okay.
Come.
Hope you don't have food.
Have fun. Good luck.
Oh,
Well,
I forgot about that.
well, Joanna, have a seat, please.
Okay.
Yeah, take a seat.
That I could have assistance with, please, except for Miss Olivia.
Wow, okay. You heard about
Yeah,
more,
sure.
right?
I don't.
She's with us.
At this time, Merv.
Yeah, she had a headache.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Oops. I like
potentially
her.
an attack of someone up in Greece.
That's you taking a seat, huh?
Yeah.
The potential weapon was a
Is that the
was a
standard that we're
rapier.
setting now?
I just wanted to see if I could get anyone to scour the area around just to
But don't worry about it.
have a look at
Just
it.
take a
Anyone
seat.
being a bit sussy or
Yeah, just sit,
what,
just
I'm
have a
not
seat.
entirely sure. The victim is unconscious at the
You are
moment.
being evaluated on this, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, Merv. I think we're the only 10-8 unit at the moment.
It's no problem. Just so that it's not clogging up others' comms, we'll communicate anything through the Grapesy channel in 69. So,
Wait, what did she say your name was?
Yeah.
Johanna Starling.
Line 20.
Alrighty. Okay. I already introduced myself. Do you two want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. I'm Sergeant Matthew Bush with the Paleto Bay Sheriff's Department.
I'm Deputy Jay Garrison with the Los Santos Sheriff's Department.
Can be.
And you are?
Johanna Starling.
I don't really have
Speak
the
up, please.
secondary set up,
Speak up,
so I'm
then.
kind of
Yeah.
primary.
I got
This is
shot
a
recently.
safe-
My hearing's not as great.
This is a
Oh.
safe place.
Okay, okay. Can you hear me now, okay, or no?
Yeah, it's alright.
It's right. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I might email more and see if she's alright.
Where's your application? Ah, there it is. All right. Yeah.
Oh my God,
you're
the
Joanna
door locks here
Starlin.
suck.
Talk about yourself.
What was that?
Just
My radio
Yes.
decided to turn itself off.
For real.
So
tell us about yourself. Yeah.
In my previous city, I was an officer 3, which was
I'm on channel
2 steps
69
down from
now.
being a sergeant. I was about to work on our K9 division, and I was part of the FTO program, so I took out cadets, helped train them, helped them get to where they needed to get. Since then, that city's closed down, so
okay, Murph?
I'm here. Just kind of restarting everything with that. I've been in the city for a little over a week. I've been driving taxis and going to court cases and learning what I can through that kind of a thing.
Gravesy to fire service. That doesn't mind.
Why?
There's an explosion up in Grapeseed Main Street at the
what?
The clothing store.
Why?
There was a fire, but it's by the ATM. It seems to have gone out. But
Why do I want to
will
be
you
an
just come up and have a
officer?
look at the
Why
key
is
and
the
transport
Why?
sky blue?
Where is people?
What are we asking?
We're in the meeting room, like to the right of the lobby.
Okay, I
Why do we need? Why you want to be a cop? Again.
My dad was a cop, and he showed me that there's good stuff and there's bad stuff. And I think I could be a good cop, and just like him, kind of motivated to continue that, family tradition kind of thing.
A family lineage of cops.
How do I
huh?
make a fucking
Yeah.
return in the fucking spreadsheet? It's annoying. Why is it not Excel?
You said you've been
Uh,
watching. I was gonna say you
go
said
ahead.
you've been watching court. What do you think of the judges and justices?
Good
I mean,
question.
some of them could be really spicy. Some of them can be, okay, like, kind of more on the softer side of things. But I like what I see. It's a lot more than what I'm used to, because in my previous city, like, the DOJ wasn't as present as it is here. So it's good to see active judges and active lawyers and active system in general. It's really a good thing to see.
What are your goals within the PD?
I would like to eventually fly Air 1. That's something I've always wanted to do. Possibly work with canines, because that was something I was working on in my previous department. And just kind of grow and connect with people and learn how to be even a better cop than I already am, I believe.
I'm just asking on
I got a
Channel
question.
1 now. Is there anyone
Sure.
that is a
On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you
may
rate
be
your
able to
patience?
assist for 10-15 minutes at the Eclipse?
I would say
Or is
I would say
anyone
a
that's
solid
1 to
8.
I don't know.
I mean, there are times I get really frustrated, but I think that's also
Totally wasn't in her
when I
shit
push
telling
myself,
just
like,
her to give you
context
shit.
done a
What
shift
the
way
fuck?
too longer.
It
Wait,
appears
sorry,
we've had an attack
longer than I should have.
on someone up
Probably
in
things. So there's a
Grapeseed.
lot of other things. But
Yeah.
hour
Bit of
one
a
into
weird
DPVD,
a
LSP,
shift,
and
I feel
Davis.
like I'm a pretty good cop. I like to be reasonable with people. I'm the kind of cop that where, if you're an ass to me, then don't be surprised if you get the same kind of attitude back. But I'm
yeah,
also
like, if
not
there is
gonna be an
available
ass
officer or
to the
deputy or
point
so,
of
could someone just meet me at
like,
Eclipse? I just would rather have someone with me at
where
the
it
moment.
steps over a line,
Because
kind of a
once-
thing. Like, if I say some snarky comment and you say, like,
Are you?
why are you doing that? Well,
Yeah, but
you did this,
are
this,
you,
and this,
are you
which
fit
is,
to be doing duty
consequence
stuff
of
or
your
anything
actions,
like that?
kind of a
Not
thing.
question you. I just want to make sure you're okay.
No, I'm okay, thank you. I just got cleared. Thank
Okay.
Okay.
Why do you hate a
if you're
county
there, could you
so
do me a
much?
favor and just
I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh my
Why?
god.
Why do I hate the county so
specifically
much?
the ER room at
Yes.
the moment.
You clearly
Um,
show
Yeah,
only
it's
interest
all
in
really a bit weird at the moment. Need
you
to
know,
kind
the
of get together.
LSPD branches or the sub departments.
And we'll if you
I think
transfer onto the
because
Gracie
it
channel
wasn't
69,
a
we'll
hate
just,
towards
we're
county.
gonna
It's
deal with
I'm
it
not
on there at the
used to
moment, if that's
county,
okay.
so there's a lot that's new there. So eventually maybe grow and move
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that.
it's just
But
using the Gracie because at the
I'm
moment
very, very
there's not many of us
comfortable with
active.
LSPD kind of things, and so I have a lot to learn. I know that. I recognize that. And I feel like for me to be a better cop, I need to start somewhere where I'm familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go over foundations? Yeah. You said you got experience. How much experience did you say you had?
With my previous department, I was there for 9 months. Worked with the FTO, like I said, so I helped with cadets. I was working on helping with the canine department to get that back up because we had our canine lead kind of leave all of a sudden, and it just kind of took a minute for it to come back up. So we were working towards that. Did really well with negotiations. Did really well with like riding with someone and who does what kind of thing in that situation. I didn't have a lot of opportunities to grow with that department because it kind of was a popularity contest if you got a promotion, if you got invited to certain things like canine and whatnot. So it was that kind of a thing over there.
Okay. Who wants to go over foundations of that?
I'm gonna do foundations. Hey, tell me, what does RS stand for,
Reasonable suspicion.
and what is reasonable suspicion?
Reasonable suspicion would be like, you see like somebody handing something off, and then you got a call for drug sale in the area, and that kind of lines up with everything. So you would have reasonable suspicion to at least question that person and see what they're doing, kind of a thing.
Yeah. What is probable cause?
Probable cause. That is something like. Sorry, this is the way my brain works. Probable cause is something like you would like a little bit more than reasonable suspicion. Suspicion's just like, oh, I have an idea that that's
Sup,
what
Squiddy?
happened. But probable cause is like, I've
Bing
actually seen
bong.
it. Like, I've actually seen the drug go from one person to another, and the cash exchange as well. So you see that like, there's more of a thing there. I don't know how to explain that.
Okay.
But it's a little step above like reasonable suspicion.
That's reasonable belief.
If somebody wants to ask one real quick, I'm looking for a specific thing.
What is the difference between RS and PC in one word?
Proof?
What's a
Pick a
more
better word.
professional way? What's a better way to call proof?
Evidence.
Okay. So let's go back through the definitions. Try to define RS and PC without using an example. Try and give me like a proper definition.
RS is when I'm trying to think of without an example because that's the way my brain works.
I hate that
RS
they
is
want that
you have an
standard phrase.
idea
You know,
of
the
an event
presumption that a
happening
crime has been, is been,
that
or will
needs to
be
looked
committed.
into.
What
Probable cause.
event?
A crime. So a
There we
crime
go.
is
So let's not use event. Let's use crime.
okay. So reasonable suspicion is that you have an idea that a crime is being committed, but you just have the idea. You don't have anything like really confirming that. Probable cause is you have more confirmation that the crime is being committed and evidence that can support that.
Would you say that reasonable suspicion is equivalent to saying that you guess a crime has happened?
Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, I would agree with that.
What do you do with RS?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
What
it's
can you do with reasonable suspicion?
a little bit shaky.
Reasonable suspicion. You could like question the person that you believe that committed the crime. See if they like know anything, saw anything that is in the area of the crime that that had occurred. You can just kind of do some like basic Q&A with the person that you think is involved or at least saw something.
Okay, so you can question them. What else?
You can see if they have anything on them, like just visually, like if they have a bag on them, if they have a tool that they're using to, if they're like breaking
Yeah,
into a car or
she's
something like
at
that.
least halfway there.
So you can just use the like basic senses without super digging into it.
What else can you do?
I think you could like put them, like not put them under arrest, but detain them and feel out if there's any other people involved, if there's any other situations popping off that could be connected to the crime that you have a feeling has happened.
Open 909, 1042, stay safe. Thank you very much for your service. Have a wonderful night.
Oh my god, that's so nice.
Okay. What do you do with probable cause?
Probable cause. So you could detain them. You could also tell them that you're gonna search them and see if there's anything in their pockets. That's something that they're have hidden that you can't see just on a first time look over kind of a thing. And see if there's any products of if they're selling anything. Yeah, see if there's any tools that if they're using it to break in a car, break into a house. You could search the person more in detail.
What else? What else furthering the process could you do with PC?
Yes, wear a long shirt.
You could look the area for evidence and see if there's anything in there. You could also arrest the person and see if they have anything to say, like maybe take them to PD and question them a little bit further and not just like in the area that it's happened kind of thing.
Okay. What are the 5 levels of force, starting from least extreme to most?
I'm sorry, ask that question again. I'm sorry.
What are the 5 levels of force, from least extreme / intense to most extreme / intense?
Your first is presence. So if you arrive on the scene or just in the area, then it would be a verbal. So you just tell them like you're here, give them verbal warnings if you need to.
Okay, carry on.
So presence, verbal, and then you would take like an action. And then I'm drawing a blank, to be honest, after that. I'm going to be real.
All right, that's fine. Let's move on. Okay, cool. So You listed your 3 departments as Del Perro, LSPD, Davis. Why? Why in that order?
So I feel like again, this kind of goes back to the whole it's what I'm comfortable with. Um DPPD is very close to where I was a lot at. We were at VPD, that's where we were based from. So I feel like I know that area. I feel like I know the people that live in that area as well. And then it just kind of went from there, kind of a thing.
Okay. You get hired. Where do you see yourself in 3 months' time? It's after Christmas.
Oh my god, Christmas is in 3 months. Jesus.
Christmas is in 3 months. This year's gone way too quickly.
Yep. September went by way too fast, I think. 3 months time, I feel like I would be an established PD officer. I would be able to help others if they need help. I'm a big help person, so if people have questions, even fellow officers, not even just other cadets and stuff, I would feel comfortable giving an answer. I wouldn't question myself. I wouldn't have to look everything up. I mean, I know there are times where you have to look things up, but for me, I think I would want to be very a confident and settled kind of cop, and I know my shit, basically.
Okay, has anyone else got any other questions?
Are you interested in rank or just generally, helping out, patrolling, doing what needs to be done, or do you specifically want to move up in rank?
I mean, I don't want to be forever cadet kind of thing, but I'm also happy to do what I I'm not gonna complain if a month or two I don't get a promotion, kind of a thing. That's not what I am here for. I'm here to help. Yes, I would like to maybe eventually move up, but I'm not gonna 3 months from now. I don't want to be super high up there. I want to be confident and comfortable with where I am in the department.
How do you feel about Jay's eye patch?
How do I feel about his eye patch?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know the story behind it, so if that's what they feel like they need to wear to feel
it's more as a fashion statement.
Oh,
I mean, more as one as well, but
I was gonna say it's definitely not a fashion statement.
What the fuck, Bush?
I was gonna say if it's a fashion statement, it's different than a necessity.
Half of LSPD is wearing an eye patch. I thought it was a fashion statement down there.
No, it's not.
I was shot in the eye.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know what? We can talk about this later. Listen.
Sorry.
Yeah, we can talk about the LSPD's obsession with eye patches later.
Oh,
I'm not even LSPD. I'm LSSD.
Why do you wear those sunglasses? I mean, I could ask you the same thing.
Okay, I've got eye problems.
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking him because he's bringing up the eye
good
patch
question.
issue.
It's too bright everywhere.
She
It's an
wears
eye
that.
condition.
Is it?
It's not a fashion
Are you sure?
statement. Yes, I'm 100% sure.
Well, he said he got shot in the
same thing
eye.
with that bull hat.
I even put on long sleeve shirt for you, so please.
All right, do you have any other questions?
I just realized we have 2 detectives in here. No questions from me.
I have a question. Do you think water is wet?
Oh no, not this question.
Okay, I've recently heard this argument, and I have a counter argument. Well, not argument, question. Okay.
Okay.
If we're not in the presence of water, we're not wet, correct?
Yeah.
So right now, there's no water. We're not in water, anything like that, right?
Correct.
So we're not wet. You can agree with that, right?
Correct.
So once I get into the water and I come out of the water, am I still wet? Yes?
Yeah.
I mean, water's water. I feel like it's not wet. It makes us wet.
Yeah. All right.
That's a long way to say it makes things wet.
Okay. All right. Let's stop it there. We will. All right. Cool. I already told you outside about next steps.
Mhm.
We'll be discussing all the interviewees at the end of the day. You'll receive an invite tonight. We'll receive a message tonight with either an invite to day 2 or a message saying that we're not going to be considering you police department at this time. There are always other avenues that you can take if the answer is a no. There are auxiliary functions within the police department. There are other government roles within the PD. So even though, dispatch is always hiring, for example, if it's a no today, the door is not necessarily shut in your face. All right? There are
Just
always
don't
other...
shoot us for saying no. Then the door will shut.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You have any questions for us?
The one question I did have is like, okay, let's say I did the full shift one, like hour wise, like the whole 8 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, let's say I was like, ooh, I have a little burst of energy for another 3 hours. Can I stay for shift 2 or?
Oh
is
yeah,
it
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Like
It's
I didn't know
just-
if it was like you had to stay in your shift and that was it, kind of a thing.
It's
You have
it's
to
only
do
an
the
issue
ma-
if
yeah, go.
I was gonna say, it's only an issue if like you're constantly in shift 2 and we don't see you in shift 1 at all.
Okay. That makes sense. That
Like-
makes sense. I just didn't know if it was like you stay shift 1 and that's the only like times you can be around. You can't like go into another shift here and there.
Like, especially shift 3, we're never gonna say no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. Okay,
And
that's
shift
all
yes
for
is a
me.
thing.
True.
Well, we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you
As
for
the
having
corporal
me.
said, you will be informed about next steps, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
We need to just go get the next one from the right side of the line.
Okay.
1 second before we do. All right. There's so many people. We need to find a way to like make this efficient. All right. So if you feel like you're struggling along, just say like we could just stop it there and bring the next person in, right? Because we don't want to be here for like 6 hours.
I actually did have a question for you. How much do you want to probe foundation stuff like that, or is it just you have the one shot to answer the question? If you give an L answer, L.
I mean, here's the thing. It depends on what questions they get wrong, right?
The RS and the PC questions are very important.
Yeah, RSPC, like if they like I mean, here's the thing, we had to like pressure her for her answer. Like if she failed on that, she's not gonna pass foundations.
Okay.
Right? But like if there's stuff that she's getting wrong, like I don't know, she said less than lethal instead of less lethal. Or if she didn't know the 10 codes, or she might have fucked up her tornado call out. I don't really care about that stuff because that's stuff that you can improve on in the fast track program. But if you don't know RSPC definitions, you're not a fast track, you're a green.
Yup.
True.
What do you think about her? I mean, I'm already saying she failed foundation, so we're going to be considering her as a green. You think she's good enough as a green to move to day 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's good. She could be a little green bean. And obviously, if the stance still is a thing, if she overperforms or whatever, I mean, we can just bump her up.
She's just going to fly through it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we won't be able to push her back up to fast track.
Oh.
But she'll
okay.
just fly through the green program.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get the next one in. Yeah, I kind of want it to be like 20 minutes max, so like we can whiz through these.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Are you sure? Like 20, 25 minutes? I mean, how long did this one take? 25?
I don't know. A head pop.
Yeah, this one took like 20, yeah, 25. So like I'm aiming around this range, 20 to 25 minutes.
I need to know who said RS is rock. I really do.
Check the trash can.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sir, have a seat.
Sure. I'm gonna take this chair and I'm gonna move it to the middle here. Hold on. I'm gonna grab it.
You are being evaluated by how you sit, by the way.
Yep.
That's cheating. Take your seat. Take a proper seat. Don't move the
Yeah.
chair.
Okay, I'll put it
Boo,
back. I'll
boo,
put it back.
boo
I'll
this
put it
man.
back.
Boo.
I'm not gonna boo because you
respected.
gave a little bit more effort than the other one.
I listen. I'm a little big of a bigger guy, so I don't know if I can.
I was being
So
serious, by the way. You
ambitious.
actually are being evaluated by how you sit down.
My knees are really hitting the desk here. Damn. Yeah.
I mean,
We'll take it-
that
okay.
was
All right,
that
I'll
was
sit down again. We'll go for round two. Round two.
I never understand how people struggle with this part. It's a chair.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
just.
I don't know, just sit down. Feels like somebody's
There we
gonna
go.
have
There
a
you
mental
go.
breakdown.
Oh my
from-
god, he sat in the chair. All right.
Just wow.
Hey, I know I just had you tell me. What's your name?
My name is Kazi Nagata. Kazi Nagata Nagata.
All right, Kazi.
All right.
We'll introduce ourselves, starting just with her.
Yeah, I already introduced myself outside. My name is Corporal. My name is Stephanie Mayer. I'm a corporal with the Polito Bay Sheriff's Department. I'm also the field training lead for Shift 1.
Sergeant Matthew Bush with the Polito Bay Sheriff's Department, FTI.
Nice to meet you.
WJ Garrison with the Los Santos Sheriff's Department.
Nice to meet you as well.
Senior Officer Anastasia Moore with the LSPD Central.
Nice to meet you as well.
DPPD, Grapeseed, and
Why
Highway.
don't you tell us about yourself? Oh, wait, go ahead, sir.
Oh, I was going to ask how your time was in the DA's office was.
It was pretty good. I was a part of actually a felony. Was it a felony? I don't know if it was a felony. It was a weapons trafficking where we were trying to push it. It was a while back. I don't think it was. It was weapons manufacturing. And basically it was Ike Block. It was a case that I was assigned to as I was a paralegal at the time, and I was trying to get my bar
No, he looks
certification.
like
I
LSPD
prosecuted the
officer.
case alongside Roland Sharp. I mostly took lead on it. Got I think across the board guilty verdict, and then got my bar license. I told Humphrey, who was the district attorney at the time, like, if he needs more cases, let me know. And then I don't think he ever got back to me after that. And usually I told them, like, you guys just text me and I'll come out of my apartment and help out. But I never did get anything. So I was like, all right. So I just vibed for a bit. Then I had case, I believe it was Franklin DuPont got arrested for harboring a fugitive, I believe, or some felony charge. And I basically at that time I was like, I'm not doing much in the DA's office. I might as well start doing like defense attorney work. Resigned from the DA's office and went over to the the defense attorney field, and really haven't got many cases. I've got cell wraps, like I think bench trial once, but that's pretty much it. No like actual concrete cases, because that takes you got it's sales. Private attorney is sales. That's why I never went private attorney off the bat. But yeah, that was a short stint in my career, as I actually applied to PD. Like back in December, then once in January, and then once in March through the forms. Every time somebody said, "Oh yeah, refill it," because it's like people say, "Oh, it's up now," or it's updated. I was like, okay. So, but here I am with the MDW application. So that is me. So that's my ADA side as well. But prior to this, I have experience as well.
All right, so you tried ADA, tried defense. Now you're trying PD. Why PD?
Nerd.
I actually did ADA and defense more of to kill time and actually put food on the table for myself. I was a law enforcement officer. I was with the Massachusetts State Police. I was also a municipal police officer prior to that. I've worked through MCD. I've worked through question or? Oh,
I think somebody's
sorry,
phone
I
going
heard.
off.
Okay, got it. But I worked through major crimes and I worked through traffic enforcement. I've done PD for quite a while.
Who's typing?
Prior to
Is
this,
that
I just
oh,
did
God, more.
again, like I did prosecutorial stuff because just to kill time and do something while my application was in process. So that's why I'm just going back to my roots. Finally got the application up, got our interview, so I'm here. I love PD. Oh, and the reason why I in general just went into PD back when I was a kid. It's like this is what I always put down for applications because it's usually what I don't know. It just works. But yeah, back when I was a kid a long time ago, my parents got into very bad argument and that kind of really fucked up shit. So I remember there was a police officer who responded as well, and while the other police officers talked to my parents about stuff, there was this police officer that took me to his patrol car, and I was like sad, I was like crying, and he basically took me to his police car, and he showed me all the lights and sirens and different things, and what he did for me that day like immediately changed me. Like it made me from like feeling the world's falling apart to like nothing matters. Like it was just something really cool that he did, and that's the feeling that I want to give to other
Should I
people.
ask him why he
If
woke
they're in a
up and
time of
chose not to
need
wear
or are
socks?
struggling or just went through something really traumatic, I want to be there to help them and to make sure that the problem they just went through, at least it eases their burden. So that is the reason why I joined
I'm not
PD
wearing
initially.
socks right now, but
And that
need
is
leather shoes.
that's been my reasoning and the thing I hold dear to my heart and my not mission statement, but my personal motivation as a police officer. Now former, but hopefully again. So.
So when it comes to decision making, are you more the calculated one, or you're going with your initial thought?
As a police officer, if you're not like somewhere in more administrative stuff, you're gonna need instinct. You're gonna need You gotta improvise. If you take the time to think, again, there's a reasonable limit. Of course, you gotta think. Like if he pulls out a knife, like don't sit there and just go, I'm gonna just run into him, tackle him. Like just think. But at the same time, as a police officer, you need to improvise. And that is one of the key factors, because if you stand there for too long and think, okay, what are my 5 steps of forces? Okay, let me think. Okay, let me pull out the sheet of paper and read it. Like you need to have like a balance of it. You can't be all strategic, because that's going to end up hurting you in the long run. So, but I think there's a good balance, and that's the balance that every police officer, makes efficient and critiques themselves and refines, and that's what makes every police officer unique. So.
Okay, so run me through this example for a thought process. So you're waking up in the morning, you're gonna have a PD interview later on, and you're wearing your leather shoes, but you don't have socks on. Go.
I got knee socks. Yeah, you could take a look, but they're like ankle socks. They're a little bit more comfortable, and I mean it's really hot here. Like it's sandy, so I'm not trying to sweat all the way up to my like calves. So, but yeah, that's trying. The suit is very warm, by the way. Like it is fucking blistering right now. So.
Okay, you said you had experience prior to this city.
Yeah.
Can you quantify that into time frame?
Yeah, sure. So pretty much before the bombs fell, I was pretty much starting my PD kind of career, a little bit into it. I basically remember reading it on the news and stuff, and basically I was in municipal police. It was for the Suffolk County. And during that time, I basically was pretty much your standard run-of-the-mill police officer, just doing traffic stops, traffic enforcement. It wasn't anything too big. It was a small department. If you ever been to Massachusetts, they have very small municipal departments, so
Basically can't.
budgeting is an issue. A lot of budget issues. Some departments just don't have the budget to get a new UPD. Sometimes it's just a renovated house they're using as a police station. But once I finally got my foot into the door, I worked towards becoming a state police officer. That's when I basically transitioned over, and that's where my career and qualifications started to increase. I had qualifications for MCD, traffic enforcement, and commercial traffic enforcement, as well as I was working my way into the FTO department. So we were working in conjunction with that, with the municipal police. We were basically relief for most of the police,
You
smaller
said
police
basically 3
departments.
times since you wrote
'Cause
this.
sometimes they didn't have manpower or they struggle to keep, within the budget of hours. So we kind of worked towards that. And then on top of that, I was working towards my SAILEX SWAT certification, which I didn't get to complete because pretty much by then, you guys, the state opened up and they said, hey, we're hired, like we need people, we need help. So I was like, you know what, I took a leave of absence, came here and applied. Waited till January, didn't get a response. Applied in January, and then that's like roughly where I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back off my leave of absence. Started working there again. I was involved with some big cases before. I believe there was a case of human trafficking. People were just being kidnapped and then trafficked, and being sold to some gang, and then they were being forced to be a gang member. It was quite interesting. But yeah, we took down that organization after a decent amount of fucking investigation into how they were transporting people and how they were choosing their victims. And yeah, I have like decent experience. I can just go on and on. But pretty much after I waited, I think in April, I would say June, April, somewhere on there. I basically applied to the ADA's office as I wanted to take a break from the whole investigation stuff. I was back-to-back investigations. I finally got a clear window, and I was like, okay, let's like take a breather before I jump into another
he's a
20
waterfall.
plus report investigation. And yeah, everything since then was pretty much where I am.
Okay, well then this is gonna be easy for you if I ask you what RS is.
Oh yeah, 100%. Do you want me to answer? Yeah. So
course.
reasonable suspicion is the first step in a two-step process. Reasonable suspicion is where an officer reasonably believes that an individual or a person has committed a crime or will commit a crime, such as a 37 call. If you get a 37 call, you go on scene. You don't see anybody exchange drugs, but you see a person just standing there smoking a
Rock.
joint, or sorry, not joint, but cigarette, or doing something. You have reasonable suspicion. Do you act on it? It's officer discretion. You basically have to wait to either have a crime being committed in front of you or evidence of a crime, such as a witness or anything along the lines. So let's say a witness says, "Oh yeah, he just handed the drugs," and then also you see him literally hand a package to an individual. Snap a photo if you can. Boom, you got probable cause. Usually, probable cause needs to be articulated in the charge and the text itself, such as, I mean, I could pull up a charge, but let's just make up one like right off the bat. So sales of
let's
controlled
catch up
dangerous
before we pull the next
substance.
one, okay?
It's somebody
Copy
hands
that.
somebody, transfers it, even if you don't see cash being exchanged. Transferring it can be justified. Last time I remember reading that charge. So you transfer that 20 joints to that person. Well, there you go. Now you have probable cause. You go in, you detain / arrest, depending on if you want to continue your investigation. If you are confident, just arrest them, search them, find drugs, maybe. Do they smell of drugs? Do they've got weed in their pockets, that kind of stuff, and go from
That
there.
was an answer of somebody else. So you know what RS is and what PC is. What's reasonable belief then?
Sorry, what did you say?
Reasonable belief.
Are you asking me to define reasonable belief?
Yes.
Reasonable belief is basically on a small amount of evidence, such as a 37 call, or basically some factors that says that a crime has been committed, like let's say blood's on scene. So you're like, ooh, was this somebody being shot, or is there something going on here? Person has bruises on their face, person smells of something, alcohol, that kind of stuff. You have reasonable suspicion, because at the end of the day, if you pull somebody over and they smell like alcohol, You have reasonable suspicion to stop them and detain them, but you want to make sure they actually consume the alcohol, not just, oh, I work at a liquor factory and I had spilled alcohol over myself. Had that happen once. And then we did a breathalyzer, and then there we go. We got probable cause to arrest the individual for DUI. It's a reasonable belief. It has something behind it. It's not a guess, not a hunch. It has something behind it to articulate at least reasonable suspicion.
Okay. 10 codes. What can you tell me about 10
Sure.
codes?
10 codes, I don't know the history or the fucking thing behind it, but I know it's a standard that's followed by multiple police departments. Now, 10 codes can vary depending on jurisdiction.
You know our 10 codes.
I hope so. It should be similar. Like
So
10.
what's a 1080?
Yeah, just tell me. 1080 is a vehicle pursuit.
What's it? 1023.
That is, I believe you're on scene. Like I'm 23 on the 37 call.
And what's disregard?
Like disregard my last statement. If I say like, oh, I think I see
what's a
something.
10 code
What's the
for
10 code for
disregard?
it?
Oh, 10 code for disregard, I believe.
Just a rental bus, white in color.
Okay, copy that.
1020, 22, 22, 22. Yeah, 22. That. Yeah, that's what it is.
You sure?
I'm sure. Yeah, it's 22.
Okay.
I don't know why I blanked. I've said it so many times.
I'm sure you heard of I need backup. There are two different kinds.
Yeah. There's a non-emergency. So like, hey, like
What's
like,
the code?
77 and 78's for emergency.
I'm about to shoot you right now. What do you call out? PPP.
Fine. 78's LSSD at gunpoint. Or actually, well, technically, you have me at gunpoint. So I'm not gonna touch my radio. Yeah, damn, I'm dead. 13 alpha.
What's the most important thing that you call out for 78?
Location.
You called out your location, and I still haven't shot you. What's the next thing you call out?
And you still haven't shot. Sorry, and you still haven't shot at me.
I'm about to shoot.
You have more. You have more time
codes.
after location. What more do you give?
A location, suspect description. Well, I would be focusing more on my gun. As soon as I get my location, and I really want to take down the suspect, not fucking like, But it depends. Because if I'm at gunpoint and I don't have my gun drawn, fuck that shit. I'm not touching my radio. I ain't getting shot. But if let's say I was already on the radio, then maybe. But yeah, 37 call, location, description. Try shooting back if you already have your gun out. But yeah.
What are the 5 levels of force?
5 levels of force. Police presence, which is just you being in the area to tell people, hey, don't be acting up. Don't be stupid. Raise your hand.
60 at the airport. I got those buses here, but it looks like
H is
First
Marcus
level
presence.
force.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Like
Hello.
you are right now, yeah.
Copy that.
So you've got officer presence, then you've got communications. So being like, sir, I'm going to ask you to step away, or sir, I'm going to ask you to just relax or step away or come talk to me, that kind of stuff. Assertive, verbal communication. Then there's physical control, like hands-on. It's like, all right, sir, I'm going to have to detain you real quick, or you're being out of hand. I'm going to put you in cuffs, or I'm going to move you aside or away from the person you're like verbally abusing, or whatever. Then you've got, which I like, intermediate weapon. I don't know if you guys call it that, but that's where I've usually seen police departments differ. But intermediate weapons such as a baton, or you're kind of like something a little bit more upscale. Baton is usually the standard, or flashlight
Next
sometimes too. Yeah, next level. Then there's what I call less than lethal. I know people call it less lethal, but it's less than lethal. If you say less lethal, it's not factually word correct, but less than lethal, it's basically your taser. This is what you use to basically subdue an individual to at least fall into the ground, where you can have more control and more of a overpowering control over the individual. Then you have lethal. Lethal will be your firearm.
I'm gonna need a 52.
And I don't know if you guys have class 1, class 2s, but usually you have class 1 and class 2. But I've never seen anybody with a rifle, so I'm assuming no.
You said less than lethal, and then you said that we said that it's less lethal.
Yeah.
Which one is it, and why?
Well, I say it's less than lethal. Well, I don't know internal policy. I'm not privy to that, but I've heard people say less lethal, more. So I'm just going off of the probability. It's less than lethal because when you use a taser, it's like it's usually meant to be something less lethal. It can still kill you, but it's less than immediate lethal. It's just the way I interpret it as. So.
Could I kill more with this?
With you can, yeah.
Is it lethal?
It's technically, but in the 5 standards of force, it's kind of differentiated.
I don't know.
because
For
a gun-
me,
when you use a
it
gun,
feels
even I
like
think in
it's just
legislation, it's
holding a
his other
flashlight.
character right now. It's like that's
Yeah, I
that's
know, so-
Mueller, Thomas Mueller.
Saying that a flashlight is lethal force.
If I hit you hard enough and multiple times, probably crack open your skull. bleed out,
It's lethal less
matter.
often.
Yeah, it's lethal less often, less than lethal.
But he just got an agent in the FIB.
It's more. I think one of the things of the 5 forces you got to keep in mind. It's interesting because you'll always have that one person that'll go, well, technically they can have like a pacemaker and die. Yes, but it's a characterization for law enforcement.
Don't bring that up with me, please. Jesus.
Yeah, sorry.
2 days for the as well.
I think we've all had our scare with the taser, where a suspect will just no longer have a heartbeat and you got to start CPR. But yeah, like it's more of like it's more of like an illustration for us to follow. It's the principle. It's not directly the words, but it's the principle. Like, yes, we have lethal force, then we have less than lethal, which is going to be your taser and other things. It's like, yeah, like a beanbag shotgun can hurt you. It can kill you if it hits you in the eye.
Yeah,
fuck it, like that shit's going deep.
You
like,
remember
might hit your
the
brain.
FIB
You
agent
never know.
used to
You might bleed
be
out because there was an adequate first aid.
judge or
like,
magistrate.
it's 1,000 possibilities.
Thomas
but
Mueller.
It's just the principle that matters.
What is fruit of the poisonous tree?
Fruit of the poisonous tree. Let's say you're let's say there's a criminal, right? And I'm basically like, hey, I don't like you, and then I search them illegally, and I find drugs. Let's say I find marijuana, like 10 joints, the illegal amount. Then I'm like, all right, you're under arrest, and then I search their vehicle, and I find fucking like I find like a hot gun, right? Then basically they can argue, and the defense attorneys are going to argue in court. You illegally search the individual, and then you move to the truck. That gun and those marijuana joints are fruit of the poisonous tree. Is that me saying how much I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, okay. I always get the receipts. I always write down.
Yeah, see receipts.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
what
those
I'm
are
bouncing off of
receipts.
that. I have the receipts. I will always in my reports. I always mention where I got reasonable suspicion and where I got probable cause. Like this individual smelled the marijuana.
DPVD,
prior to the individual
grapeseed, and
approaching the
highway.
individual, they handed a substance to a package to an individual. When I approached them and said you're detained, I basically smelt them and I smelt marijuana. After that, I basically cuffed them. I searched them. I found the marijuana. Reasonable suspicion basically started at the 37 call, probable cause basically during the handoff, and the probable cause extended into the search where I found more marijuana, which I then, as I was confident as an officer to press the charge fully, and that's why we're here today in court.
That was a really long answer to what is fruit of the poisonous tree. Okay, cool. Evidence that is obtained legally. Can you use it in court?
No. Actually, it depends. It fucking depends, and that's like, I hate that question because it depends, and I don't, because it's like inevitable discovery doctrine. I know Schwinghammer used it once when I was doing was it Schwinghammer?
Oh, you're
Who
such
was
a
it?
lawyer, huh?
Yeah. Well, listen, I did 1 month of DDA or ADA stuff. Listen, I can read. Okay, I can read and I can adapt. Give me a manual to fly a plane, I will. Sorry, it was Joy, I believe. In that, I argued a little bit of what's it called, the inevitable discovery.
Wouldn't you get a DNA from a suspect in custody?
Either they consent or that you have probable cause for that, DNA warrant. So it's like, oh, you killed somebody, like you were on scene, you had a murder weapon, there's blood on scene. Okay, we're gonna take your DNA to differentiate if it's the victim or yours. That kind of stuff. Probable cause.
So you said consent, and what's the other one?
Probable cause. If you have probable cause.
For what?
For DNA. If they're not there, then you can request a warrant. Like if they're fucking, if they're like, let's say they're out and about, you don't have them detained, but you need a DNA for a potential.
I think Mark could
situation that's long
be
past, then you can write through a
okay
DNA
to be
warrant as well,
considered for
which you need
Polito.
probably
Alright.
cause for.
If he
DNA
is
warrant?
interested in
Another reason?
patrolling up there.
Other reason? They're being arrested for a felony.
The
or what-
mentality
I
that he
believe a
has.
Violent felony. It's here.
Good.
But yeah,
all right, cool.
Rangers,
You're do a 1080 caller. You're chasing a black and color 2-door vehicle. Pull it out as if you're on the radio.
We're doing interviews.
Let's do my call sign. 2 Bravo 102. Gonna be in a 1080 black 2-door car. Occupants unknown. Going eastbound on Vigilant Avenue or whatever street it is. Requesting additionals if I need any. Can I get an additional? Once I get that's it.
All right. Continue the
Wagwan.
pursuit caller. They make a turn. Pull it
They're
out.
gonna be taking a left on something street. Then they're gonna be taking a right eastbound, Great Ocean Highway, going northbound on Great Ocean Highway, continuing northbound onto the on ramp, crossing over back onto the highway, northbound. Gonna be slowing down, speeds of excess of 50 miles per hour. We still have sights.
So much fluff. Very fluffy.
And since when
It's
has
been a minute.
Great Ocean Highway an
It's-
on ramp?
Well, Great Ocean Highway does have an on ramp. No, hold on.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Great Ocean Highway. Yeah, you're right. One.
When you'll grab another,
try
the one
to
in-
do
can you call how many
try
are still in the lobby?
to do pursuit comms without yapping.
Without yapping. All right. 1 Bravo 102 going to.
No,
be
no,
going-
you already
okay.
you already did that part. Just do the ongoing pursuit call outs. They're making turns. Pull it out.
Taking a left on Great Ocean
That's
Highway.
so yappy.
going-
Why do you need to
All
say
I'll
left
cut it
3
down.
times?
Well, sorry, that's our old procedure. It was more because people wouldn't fucking hear it the first time, and everybody's like, "Say again." Our radios were like really fucking staticky. But I'll do it if we had clear radios. Gonna be taking a left going northbound Great Ocean Highway, speeds excess of 50 miles per hour. Gonna be taking a right off of the highway eastbound. Gonna be going up, slowing down 30 miles per hour. Suspect is now pulling over. Suspect has ejected from the vehicle. Foot bail, and then I would just chase after them on foot or keep in the vehicle. But I can
Okay.
cut it down. I just need a little bit of a refresher
Yes,
on
Chris,
that.
that's the first thing that
I'm
I
used
saw.
to yappier policies.
Yeah, you yap too much. Has anyone ever told you that?
Many people, many
Have a
people.
wonderful night, everyone.
But my reports be long as fuck too.
That long?
Yeah. Listen, I will never lose a case on fucking police reports being not done.
That
right.
angle.
One thing, I will die on a hill. I will make sure that police report is solid, sealed, and fucking approved. The case will never die on my police reports.
Okay. Anyone else got any other questions?
No,
I got the one that Moore hates, but I'll say that for last.
No, we're not doing. No.
If you ask me
no.
what type of sandwich, I swear to God, it's a Capri sandwich.
The fuck is a Capri sandwich?
What?
It's like
You
Capri
know what a
Sun.
Capri sandwich.
It's caprese. It's
Alright,
Italian.
I'm sorry, I'm not Italian. I apologize.
It's a tomato and for him mozzarella.
Pesto.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to speak his language. Sorry.
My language.
All right.
He said
Let's
caprese.
do this. All
So
right.
it's mozzarella.
Let's stop it here. Like I said, outside you'll get a message at the end of today with an invite to day 2, the second stage of interviews tomorrow. You'll receive a message saying that at this time we're not going to be considering you for the police department. That doesn't mean that the door's forever shut on you. There's always the opportunity for you to reapply during the next round. And it doesn't stop you from applying for other auxiliary roles within the police department, such as admin assistant, dispatch, PD tow, the whole shebang.
All right. Sounds good. I just have one question. You mentioned the Salt Flats. It's a big place. Where roughly?
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to find that out tomorrow.
All right, that's all right. I guess I'm gonna be driving up and down until magically a tent will fucking run into me.
Plus,
Yep,
there's
that
no
is
speed limit on
exactly
there.
how it works, to be fair.
Yeah.
That is exactly how it works, even if we told you where it was.
Yeah. That's fair. All right.
We appreciate you coming in, Mr. Nagata. You have a
Yeah.
lovely weekend.
No problem. You guys have a good weekend. All right. You guys stay safe.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye.
Copy. You want me to document this one for you?
Oh yeah, I did that, didn't I?
All right. See you guys.
Goodbye.
He talks so much.
He's a defense attorney.
I'm just saying. Imagine him with Maddox. Because he
True.
wants to be part of Del Perro.
So I reached out to Pennyworth because he's here, or at least he's on duty.
Pennyworth?
Yes, Pennyworth.
Humphrey.
And I asked him if he remembered him, and he's like, "Yeah, I did a weapons trafficking case, got the bar, and never returned." I verified and asked, "Would you say that he takes initiative?" And his response was, "Fuck knows. Met him twice. Why?"
I
Forgot
mean,
to
some
call him
people,
out for his driver's
yeah.
license.
I mean, some people might
did.
not. Some people might not like the DA's office or work with the DA's office, and he doesn't want to be a defense attorney.
I
Which,
mean,
to be
he
fair,
was
is
definitely
valid.
knowledgeable. He knew his stuff, and
The only thing he got wrong was less than lethal instead of less lethal.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
You
something
don't
that
have
we
to
can
stand
knock
on
out
that.
of him during.
I
Gosh,
mean, arguably, he is correct. Because I was even taught that. Owie.
I'm sorry for the two collaterals.
Free collaterals. What are you doing?
Oh,
All right.
more was the target. Oh,
So day 2, yay or nay?
yay.
if there wasn't a day 2, it would be different, and I would argue about it. But since he needs to present himself to the departments, it's fine for me. I think it did pass part 1.
I think
in my
he'll
opinion.
piss off Bloom if he interviews with Del Perro, which
Yep.
is why, which is why I kind of want to invite him to day 2 so he can annoy Bloom.
Well, you can also.
Or Maddox,
yapping,
or both.
Yapping can also be trained out of you.
I mean, here's the thing. Those are the craziest top 3 departments that I've ever seen. Del Perro, Grapeseed Highway. 3 completely different departments.
Yeah, that is a very strange mix.
Yeah, he passed foundations. The only mistake he got, 10 codes, which, meh, he can learn them.
Yeah, true.
And less than lethal versus less lethal.
Yeah, all things that can easily be trained.
Yeah. All right. Let's get the next one. Actually, let me see how many people left.
I'll cut out a radio.
I saw the
How's the other group
comments
doing?
on my phone, and I was like, okay, yeah, that was more writing this.
We're on our second interview right now.
What do you mean?
Yeah, we just finished ours.
Driver's license is expired.
Look, it's one of those things where your license has to be updated, and
we'll
you
start on
have to
that
have
one.
a weapons license before the interview.
Yeah, it's
There
all
are 5
good.
left after them.
But no, the biggest thing is the lack of initiative. To be honest.
We got the next one.
Hello.
Hello. Take a seat.
Hello.
Take a seat.
You are
Where am
being
I taking
evaluated
it?
on this.
What you know?
Well, you tell me to take a seat. I need more instruction than that. Where am I supposed to take it to?
Well,
Oh my gosh, she sat
exactly
in the
that,
chair.
yeah, with first try, and she made a snide
Huge.
comment to undermine my authority, which I guess she passed the sitting down part of this interview.
Well, I want to follow the instructions to their entirety, but if I don't get the
don't
entire
worry about it. You did
instructions,
everything.
I need
everything
clarification.
right. You did everything right. You're the first one so far. Others made it close, but you know. Well, hello. I'm Sergeant Matthew Bush for the Toledo Bay Sheriff's Department. I think we've seen each other before, so yeah.
Wow, you speaking Minecraft enchantment table right there. What the hell?
Witchcraft.
Yeah, you might need to clear your throat real quick or something.
Uh-oh. Feeling a Timeout headache.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, we're still here.
Hey, Sally. I remember her. I was looking at her at your application, and then I said that name looks familiar, and then I realized, look at bench trial 20147.
Oh.
What was the number?
20147.
It was nice to type.
Oh.
Is she talking? Sally?
Nope.
No, I think she's having a timeout headache.
I just realized why I remember her. How could you do this, Sally?
Oh, that's not a good bench trial.
Apparently, Leon got arrested.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we don't need to talk about that now.
Well,
she really didn't like the fact that I remembered her getting arrested, huh?
She dipped it potato chipped.
Witchcraft.
This was so stupid and funny. False reporter. Oh my god. The rare false reporting crime. And she got found guilty at bench trial. I did great.
wow. Oh, is Kirby gonna show up tomorrow?
Yeah, he already interviewed during the county fair, so no from Sandy. He can interview for the other departments, but already did his like part 1 interview. What is wrong with you, Garrison?
I don't think we have time for all that.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Sally.
Hello. I don't know what happened there. I just Oh.
Interesting seating position.
Oh.
You were so close.
No. It's downhill from here.
Oh, and it's gonna go even more downhill. I don't know. Gates of unstuck.
Okay. Let me try and sit
Take
in
a
this chair
seat.
again. There we go.
Wow.
Hello, Sally. Long time no
hello.
see.
Yeah. Well, I've
You remember what
been
happened last
doing-
time we met?
Unfortunately. And I regret
Let's
my
start with
decisions. I regret my decisions, okay? I've been a good cookie since then. Just 2 speeding charges.
You want to tell the class what you did?
I allegedly falsely reported.
You got found guilty in court. Stop saying allegedly.
At this point, it's not alleged.
That's fair. Yeah, I falsely reported. I did that shit.
Was it worth it?
Allegedly also doesn't hold up in the court of law, unfortunately. So.
Yeah. Ah.
You know, let's start with this. Why would you listen to Luke Davis of all people?
That is a great question that I cannot answer with any good answer.
We almost have no Polito people.
Do you often fall foul to bad influences?
I like to think I don't. I think that might
There
have
are
just
only
been a
two that want
one-off,
to interview for Polito.
real ungood decision.
Well, it is what it is.
All right. Talk about yourself.
Well, I'm just a person. You know, I exist over in Grapeseed, do some farming, have a food truck. You know, I just kind of exist, roam around, wherever happens to be open at the time. I don't know. I don't really. I'm really bad at like, you know, just talking about myself. I hate open-ended questions, which is exactly why they're such a good type of question. It's really hard to just come up with just stuff on the spot. You know?
I do have a question that is not open-ended.
Oh.
Why are
Okay.
you not answering your phone?
Because the interview is more. Wait, what? My phone. Well,
yeah,
wait,
I called you
what?
and then for the food truck, and then your friend called me back and said you're not answering your phone.
I just don't. So here's the thing: if I have your number and I know who you are, I'll answer the phone. But if I don't know who you are, I just don't answer. And if it's important enough, you'll leave me a voicemail or you'll text me because I'll respond to texts.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, so being a cop, why?
Yeah. You know, I've done it before in past states. I just, you know, I want to get back into it. And I thought DOC could fulfill that need for me. But you know, being locked in those 9 fences of the prison, specifically 9, is it doesn't sit well with my ACDC brain. You know, so
It's
like
probably the second
being
one.
out there, I can, you know, do things that's not just sitting in South Yard.
Okay, that's fair. So
Sitting in one spot, you know.
You said previous experience. How large is that wealth of knowledge that you have?
So in that past state, I worked my way up to the lieutenant position. You know, so working my way up all the way from cadet to the top. Just you know, putting in the hard work and getting done what needs done. I wouldn't say I know everything though, because there's always stuff to learn. And obviously, I'm sure this department's policies and all of that is going to be different and a learning curve.
Okay. Let's assume you're getting hired. Where do you see you down the road? Be it Christmas, be it 6 months.
I mean, I'd hope, you know, to work my way up at least to deputy within the sheriff's department. Which sheriff's department? I don't know. Preferably Grapeseed, but you know, at least deputy. You know, just doing the job, doing what needs done. I don't really have long-term goals at the moment.
Reality any percent. Yeah.
But those will come as time passes. You know.
Okay. Any questions you two might have?
You said Grapeseed. Why Grapeseed?
Just because I live out there. I have my business out there. It's just, you know, where I know a lot of the Grapeseed deputies, a lot more than the Sandy or Polito. I feel like with my current knowledge, that's where I would fit in the most.
Oh, let's see. How well do you handle criticism?
You know, I just, you know, take it on the chin. You know, if they think words, they're hard. If they think that I could be doing something better, then I could probably be doing something better. And I just worked to improve whatever was criticized.
Okay. So, when you worked for DOC, did you enjoy your time there?
Yeah, it was my real only issue there was the just being locked within the 9 fences of the prison. Just didn't confined spaces aren't that great. Not that it's really confined, but just being stuck within the 9 fences is it just didn't feel right to me. But besides that, it was an enjoyable experience there, and I learned a lot from them.
When it came to inmates, did you run into any or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
From all the way ranging from the most peaceful that I've ever dealt with, Sammy Sharkbait, all the way to Poon Poon.
Oh God.
Who I'm sure you guys know about.
I am so
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
I've
So
actually
how
never met
did
him.
he is a terrorist.
He's not fun.
How would you describe your work ethic towards, say, the more, non-compliant inmates?
What do you mean? Like,
We call them
do-
Karens.
I mean, the goal is to de-escalate, So just try to like reason with them and just end it peacefully. Obviously within the constraints of what we can do. Just try not to let things escalate absurdly. And just find a peaceful resolution to the situation if possible.
Okay, let's try the boring part of the interview.
Okay.
What is RS?
Reasonable suspicion.
Yes.
It's what any reasonable person would be like. Yo, they're doing crime. That's pretty. Any reasonable person could say that. They're doing that.
I'm looking for an additional word in there that makes it or breaks it.
There's an additional word that makes or breaks it.
Well, if I ask you what is PC?
Well, so probable cause is like you have evidence. There's like bank records that show like fraudulent charges or evidence of a crime that happened. So
Okay.
then reasonable suspicion would be that without the evidence. At least that's the way I understand it. I think.
Okay. Let's leave it at there. What can you do when you have RS in relation to a, suspect?
You can you can detain and question them, right? Yeah, I think.
Anything else?
Well, a lot of it's also situational. It's kind of why I'm struggling here, because a lot of it's like as the situation occurs, not it's hard for me to formulate it into proper words.
Okay. Can you think of an example of circumstances that RS gives you more than just detaining and questioning a suspect.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
I
fine. Don't
can't
worry
think
about
of
it.
one off the top of my head. Yeah.
Let's
I'm
circle
sorry.
back to PC. No, don't be sorry. What can you do with PC?
That can lead to an arrest. Because you know you have hard evidence. That can hopefully prove beyond a reasonable doubt in the court of law that they did that shit. So that could lead to an arrest for whatever charge is potentially being pressed on them.
Okay. Anything else you can do with PC outside of an arrest?
Could lead to like further searches.
You say further searches? What do you mean with that?
Well,
I want to hear
like
that
you
when
could,
you arrest somebody, you're gonna search them.
Well, if they're
That's what I
being
wanna hear.
arrested, then you could, you know,
There
you
you go.
have to search their possessions to make sure they don't have more illegal, or not more illegal things, but to make sure that they don't have illegal things on them, or anything that they could use against you while they're in your custody.
Okay. Fruit of the poisonous tree. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, that's when you find something illegal through not that great means. I'm gonna be honest because I know you're gonna ask me. I can't really think of an example off the top of my head, but it's like you find crime through not what's the words that I'm looking for? Like you find something that someone's doing wrong, but it's not through the appropriate means of finding said crime.
Okay. Would you be able to make a dispatch call for a traffic stop?
Like what I say on the radio?
Yes.
Traffic stop is a I don't know the 10 is it a 38?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, am I just making up a call sign?
Yeah. Just
Okay. I'll just do 1 Grapeseed 76 38 Grapeseed Main Street. I'm not sure if you guys do the whole like vehicle. I should know this because I was EMS and I was on channel 1, but I kind of ignored channel 1 90% of the time. I don't know if you guys do the like vehicle make model occupancy.
yeah, we do.
Okay, so then it would be 1 Grapeseed 76 38 Grapeseed Main Street on a 2-door rusty truck, 1 times occupied. I think.
Okay.
So you have this person pulled over. You go and talk to them. You ask to see their license, and they refuse. What do you do next?
Tell them. Well, I asked them, so the next step is to tell them, give me your license, or I think failure to identify should be a charge. I don't know. I don't have the charges memorized. I probably should work on that. But you know, if they fail to identify, they could get further charges. And then if they don't, after I tell them, then you know, proceed with the said further charges that I think exist.
Okay, you're at that traffic stop, and the driver does this. What are you saying on the radio?
78 Scrapeseed Main Street.
You're not being shot now because you can run behind the C pillar and cover. What else are you saying on the radio?
They have a taser pointed towards my direction. Yeah. Well, then I'd also give description, which would be a white male. It's really hard to tell what color that shirt is.
Well,
I'm gonna call it a
I mean,
gray over green with a gray hat or a green hat. Wow, colors are hard.
Colors are hard.
Yeah. Force Continuum. What can you tell me about that?
Ooh, I know this one. Okay, level 1. Y'all are demonstrating that pretty amazingly right here by just being present, because it's officer presence. Just being there is already a level of force, because the badge holds power, and some people fear the badge, some don't. A lot of people do, though, because there's a lot of power that comes with it. Then you go up to level 2, which is verbal commands. Yo, stop doing that. That's bad. Then you go up to level 3, which took me the longest to learn because it's got a funky name that I don't know. But it's open hand, closed fist. Tackles, punches, kicks. Trying to make them do what you want them to do. Then you can go up to level 4, which is less lethal. Still lethal, but not as lethal as a level 5, which is lethal force. Level 4, however, contains like your tasers, nightsticks, flashlights. I think that's it. Unless there's something that I'm forgetting. And then yeah, level 5 is the lethal, or your handgun.
Okay, so why is it less lethal and not less than lethal?
Because you can still die to a taser. You can still die to blunt force trauma to the skull. I've seen it happen to few people as EMS.
Okay.
So like you can still die to those tools. It's just less likely.
Okay. Does one of you want to speedrun 10 codes?
I need to deal with that 311. Give me a second.
Okay. 1041.
41 is on duty.
1042.
Off duty.
1060.
Vehicle break-in, carjacking.
1037.
That's the sussy activity.
1080.
That's a vehicle pursuit.
1038.
Traffic stop.
1077.
That is non-emergent backup.
1078.
Emergent backup. Get here now.
1023.
On scene.
1022.
Disregard.
107.
Unavailable.
106.
Unavailable unless like absolutely needed.
And my favorite one, 1054.
I don't know that one.
You've never had a 1054 over at Grapeseed?
Yeah, I saw
don't know that one.
Grapeseed on the list, so I thought you would
Yeah,
know.
that's why I was asking.
You might need to brush. You
It's
need to
fine,
brush up
it's
on
Am
that.
I supposed to know that one?
If you want to interview for Grapeseed, you do.
Oh, well, what? Do I get to ask what it is?
No,
Okay, that's fair.
you need to study. You got probably another day if you're making it through this round. Does any one of you have another question?
What's the tweet? What's the tweet? I swear to God, I can talk. What's the difference between Bravo and Alpha?
Bravo is whoopsie, I fell off a roof, or wasn't wearing my seatbelt, or got attacked by a murder kitty, or accidentally got punched by my partner. Alpha is, yo dog, there's someone shooting me. Or attacking me maliciously.
What's your favorite plant to farm up?
I gotta say, corn, because there's reasoning here. You can make it into you can grind it up, right, and then make it into breading for dino nuggies.
Yeah, I had the dino nuggets. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Best dino nuggies in the state, and they're cheesy.
Okay, question. Jay, do you have any?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you coming in for this interview. You will
Bye.
be hearing from us regarding part 2. That will be tomorrow on the Salt Flats, where you can interview with the departments that you put into your application.
Hey. Will I be receiving that via text or via another?
I want to say email.
Okay.
That is something that Stephanie is doing.
Okay.
I'm even go so far. Did she say if you don't hear anything, that doesn't? Yeah, I think it might
I think
be.
she said I think she said at the start, we'll either hear like, "Yo, you're invited," or "Yo, you're not."
Yes. So, but that doesn't mean that you can't try another time. So.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
You have a lovely weekend, and let's.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take care.
You too.
Somewhere above green for me, but
I honestly would say green.
Yeah.
It's just because of
it's
the
not,
RS questions.
Yeah, not fast track, but better than complete green, but not a foundation test for me, not passed. But I think it might work with grapeseed.
I think she just needs more confidence.
Yeah, she was very skittish.
Okay, so we can agree on foundation test failed and invite for tomorrow.
Yeah, invite for tomorrow is green.
And I'm gonna be honest, if Harold is going to be around for the interviews tomorrow, I'm going to probably just say that she would be actually a really good grapeseed canoodle.
Yeah. Also, a quick question. Like, I know this. I just want to hear somebody say it before I do a thing and make myself look like an idiot if I'm wrong.
Okay.
If there's a ticket that's more than 21 days old, he can't appeal that, right? Like, that's SOL, right?
It depends on the charge.
It was an infraction. Like, it was a Windows 10 infraction.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to hear somebody say it before I texted him that on 311 and made myself look like a dumbass.
I think that he probably should have contested that like day fucking 2. Also, I was taking a look at the notes on my phone, and let me tell you, Star Citizen spent $2,800. I'm gonna go judge that man.
Oh my god.
Right?
Jesus, that is a lot. All right, y'all ready for me to grab the next one?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Where did Myers go?
I think she was.
She's bouncing around.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Sorry, I had like 50 things happen in my head during that, so I had to kind of.
It's fine.
Hey.
Dispatch 5 Lincoln 86 back in service.
Hello, take a seat.
Anywhere in particular, or?
Hey, anywhere in the front. Don't like sit in the back of the room. That'd be. Did y'all see what he texted back?
I was not paying attention to 3-1. Well, hello. I'm Sergeant Matthew Bush with the Paleto Bay Sheriff's Department. I'm also an FTI in Shift 1.
Howdy. Love to meet y'all.
I'm not sure if you met the phone guys right now.
Yeah, I'm done engaging with that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm Deputy Jay Garrison with the Los Santos Sheriff's Department.
Love to meet y'all.
And I am Senior Officer Anastasia Moore with LSPD Central.
Love to meet you too.
And we have the pleasure with...
I'm Claire Alice.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, how much do you want to know? A lot or little? Cliff notes?
So that we don't think you're a yip yapper would be great. Below that.
Okay.
I think that's fair to say.
Well, I'll give the cliff notes then. So, as you might tell a little bit, I wasn't actually born in the United States. I was born in the streets of London. But moved over to the United States when I was about 16. When I was brought over for a witness
first
protection
notice,
case,
she's man
found myself
spreading.
living up here and assimilated. Eventually found myself over in Liberty City, where I was part of the Liberty City Police Department there. Became a homicide detective. Met my wife, who was a dispatcher. Had a reasonable career there until things went a bit too south.
Bon
and I
appetit, Chris.
Felt that I needed a new climate, new perspective on life to get away from the unfortunate memories that had formed there. On top of that, I like to spend my time, a little more peaceful. Sometimes I'm a motorbike enthusiast, so I sometimes enjoy going out for a ride in peaceful areas. Get my mind away from the chaos of the city.
What have you been up to in San Andreas?
Since I got here, at first I sort of took my time. I spent some time on just sort of, trying to acclimatize to a bit of a more temperate and warmer climate. Spent some time on the beach. I learned to surf. That was always kind of interesting. Since then, I've just sort of been picking up odd jobs. I've been, driving a taxi mostly. I spent a little bit of time being shown around by an old friend of mine who I believe you would know, Miss Veronica Mossberg. She's helped me acclimatize to the city quite peaceably, and she was the one that said, "Hey, look, they're recruiting again. Come get back behind the badge. Get over what happened."
I'm sorry, you said you were driving a taxi?
I have been driving a taxi, yes. And
Commercially?
picking up. Sorry.
Ooh.
Huh. Okay, so basically for you, it's getting back into old habits as a law enforcement officer.
Yes, sir, but I wouldn't ever claim that, there's not stuff that I need to learn. I'm always eager to learn more, and no matter what experience I have.
Okay, so the standard down the road question, let's say Christmas, 6 months, a year, where do you see yourself if you were to be invited to be part of the PD today or tomorrow, rather?
Personally, I'd like to see myself in some sort of investigatory role. That's kind of where I've always found myself comfortable. I like taking my time to figure things out, remember things, chase those leads so that, things actually have consequences rather than me being, hey, a chase was a chase, right? I like to then follow that up. Sometimes you play that long game. I get a lot of enjoyment in that time that it takes to put information together and gather all of that sort of stuff up. It's not instant gratification. So possibly down there, or perhaps maybe maybe possibly being back on a motorbike. That would be something that I would quite enjoy doing. Maybe perhaps being in a position of being an instructor myself, helping other people learn, bringing in new cadets, helping them learn the ropes, stuff like that. Helping the rest of the force too.
Okay, so CID, motor, and FTO.
That's what I like to do. I like to be helpful, and other than the thrill ride of being being on a motor unit, I like information and helping and improving myself and others.
Why the Rangers? Seems kind of a different area than LSPD or highway.
Well, that was kind of my thinking on it. Is that LSPD would be a little bit of an easy transition from metropolitan to metropolitan, right? And but Rangers to me was like potentially that's a bit of a challenge and a different perspective, but one that I could take on, and I could see my history and skills of being a homicide detective. The investigatory stuff, following up leads, watching for things, stakeouts, all that sort of stuff. Something that could be applied and or adapted to within the Rangers, and would be a challenge of the unfamiliarity of learning myself.
So, due to your background that you already have experience in the PD, give us an example where you feel like that showed that you're in the right place, like an incident that you handled in a certain way that others couldn't have. I know this is a loaded question, but
No, I'll in fact, if you don't mind a little bit of a darker tone, I'll give you the case that brought me to come over to Los Santos. In fact, so
go ahead.
So I was put on to. It started off with a series of I say small, no murder is small, but a couple of bodies found. Generally what I hate using the term, but it was put this way by the Department of Justice. Waifs and strays, the people that generally don't get noticed going missing so quickly, right? And it seemed a bit unusual, so we were looking into it, we were investigating it, and then this started to get sadly rather complicated in that stuff started leading us to someone of actual importance. It was actually someone that was part of the higher up medical staff there. They weren't chief of medicine, but they were about 2 steps down from them. We started to believe that perhaps they were involved, which obviously then becomes a rather serious corruption thing, as well as this is someone that I've dealt with many a time. In fact, this was an individual that put the metal plate in my chest after an accident. So they've saved my life, and then we started thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen? And in the end, we did convict him as a serial killer. The reason why I bring this up is that it took a lot of effort for me to continue to act in a professional manner, even at one point having to recuse myself towards the end after 4 or 5 months of this investigation, because this one individual, sadly, actually, when he started realizing what was going on with us, he actually kidnapped my wife and sadly ended up killing her in order to try and stop me from pursuing that. And I mean, look, that's why I left, right? I still struggle with the memories of that and living in that city with those memories. But I also take great pride in the work that I did leading up to that, and then my fellow officers taking on from that did lead to that conviction of that individual, and he is now serving life in prison.
Okay. One of you two want to do the foundation questions. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but
yeah.
You
What
wanna
is
start?
our? Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Jesus.
I was-
Go
I
ahead,
was-
Jay.
What is RS?
Reasonable suspicion?
Yeah, what is it?
So reasonable suspicion is for want of a better term, the hunch or the idea that you believe someone is involved in, has committed, or is about to commit a crime, but without any substantive evidence to prove that. Generally, that's then your feeling of, I think someone is involved in something, therefore that's going to give me the reason to want to investigate that, maybe talk to them, maybe even ask if, depending upon the situation, if they're willing to submit to a search, but isn't enough for me to make an arrest or a detainment based on that. So I would give an example of that as, hey, someone's come and said, someone's been selling drugs on a street corner. We go and take a look, and they're sat there in their vehicle, black glass and everything right on the spot. We haven't seen them do anything, but that's, hey, they might be involved in that, so let's look further into that.
Okay. What is probable cause?
Okay. Probable cause is kind of like the next elevation of that. So it's the belief someone is committing or is about to commit a crime with substantive evidence of them doing such. Taking on, I guess, from my example earlier, someone's been reported of selling drugs on a street corner. We turn up, and this time, yes, we see the vehicle there, but then we see them handing out a packet of powder to someone out the window. That's going to give us that evidence that they are involved in some sort of illegal trade, and that would then mean that we could then proceed with at least a detainment, an arrest, and a forced search based on that evidential information.
There's a single word that separates RS from PC. What is that word?
Evidence.
All right. What can you do with RS?
That would be, RS is limited, but it's more based on, you could take that further to investigate. You can ask someone questions. You could ask them to submit to a search. But beyond that, you can't do anything beyond just general investigations. You can't detain someone. You can't arrest someone. You can't force a search on someone unless they're willing to undergo that. But RS is a thing that through that investigation we can find probable cause. Again, in this situation, hey, we walk up to that vehicle, start talking to the person, and then there's an exceedingly strong smell of marijuana coming from the vehicle. That might give us some stronger reasoning to maybe bring out a K9 unit or some other way of investigating that further that could lead us to a probable cause.
Yeah, it's not going to be a problem here. Definitely fast tracked.
Okay, and once you have that probable cause, what can you do with it?
At that point, we have probable cause, which is means that we do have evidence that a crime has been committed or is being committed. At which point we can then detain, arrest, and search an individual and their vehicles and property to an extent based upon what we've seen happen. Obviously, some of that is limited by requirement for search warrants or seizure warrants, depending upon the situation. So we can't just go and raid somebody's house without a search warrant. But say we've seen somebody wielding a gun in a car. That's given us the probable cause to pull them over. That's then going to give us the reason to search the car, them, and arrest them potentially for misuse of a firearm.
Okay. You mentioned searching houses. What are some things that can give you the ability to search a house or any property, really?
So generally, that would be more severe levels of evidentia of a crime. So potentially large amounts of drugs, illegal firearms, possession of government equipment, things like that would give us reason to go. Maybe they have more of this or other things that are part of criminal activity that may be stored in their property and not on them.
Okay. So you have that evidence, have that. What do you need to get before you can actually go and search the property?
That would be a search warrant.
Okay. When can you search a property without a search warrant?
Only when there is currently
Don't
an
worry about
active
it.
crime happening.
It's a little bit dragging, not gonna lie.
Any other times?
I would have to say off the top of my head, no, but feel free to correct me on that.
Okay, we can cycle back to that. When can you collect DNA from someone?
That would be at the point when they have been arrested. That would be either when they're arrested or if they have submitted to provide DNA for investigatory search. That would be one of the things that I would ask you if you were to take me further on. Is in my previous jurisdiction, the level of that would have been of a felony arrest or higher would have been requiring a DNA sample of someone. I've heard of other places where that level of is different.
Okay. But you would say that somebody can consent to having their DNA taken?
Yes.
When can you search a vehicle?
Either when you have a search warrant or you have direct evidence or witnessed evidence of a crime being involved with that vehicle involved. As I said earlier, potentially, you've seen someone waving a gun around threatening in a vehicle and you've pulled them over to arrest them. At that point, we would be then searching that vehicle. Presumably, if we believe it is a serious threat, possibly with a code 5 stop on that, at which point we'd be searching that vehicle to determine if there's any other weapons.
No come by harvest, I give you the key.
Had it.
Hello, hello,
Hello, Harold.
Perfect harmony. I got 20 acres.
Well, I guess that's.
What do you think about that?
Well.
Hey, it's nice to see someone being a bit more lighthearted sometimes.
Okay. Right. Going back to the vehicle searches, you mentioned a couple of things. What are some more things that you can search a vehicle for?
So I'd say, as I said, weapons, potentially drugs if we believe it's being used in part of a drug operation.
This general PC that's been used in a crime. What else?
Yeah. Other things like potentially if the vehicle has been reported stolen or found abandoned, then perhaps we would, we have reasonable belief that it's abandoned or stolen. We would then possibly search it to look for a vehicle identification number, possibly any evidence of who may have taken it or who it belongs to, depending upon the situation. Things that may establish why the vehicle is there, what happened to the vehicle. Same as if it was, maybe abandoned from a chase. We were chasing someone, they started running on foot. Again, perhaps search that vehicle. Maybe we'll find evidence, DNA, fingerprints, clothing, other such things that might lead us to who we want.
Yeah. So if I pulled you over and I asked if I could search your vehicle, even without like evidence that's been used in a crime or anything, but I asked and you said yes, could I search your vehicle?
Yes, because at that point I have consented for you to search the vehicle. But if I said no, then without probable cause, then you couldn't.
Okay. Keeping all this in mind, do you have any guess of that last thing that can allow me to search a property?
If I give permission to do so.
There you go. What are the 5 levels of force?
First off would be presence. So presence is just merely an officer being there, them being there, they decide their uniform, their voice, them communicating with people. First off is presence. Then this is where my brain is going. I'm struggling with a little bit. It's then physical. So that's not using weapons or anything like that. That's things like gesturing, possibly touching, light touching. Putting an arm on somebody's arm. Hey, hey, step back. Let's calm down. A little bit of maybe putting yourself in as a barrier between a low level conflict or something like that to help try and reduce that. Then we'd be possibly looking to move up to levels of non-lethal force. So
Code 4 from that 60 Del Perro
again,
Pier,
depending
back
upon your
service.
department equipment, things like pepper spray, tasers, such like that. Again, these are including
Apparently
lethal
Surgeon is
weapons,
this,
to be
fucking
fair,
homeless guy
can
breaking
be
his
used
car
as
down.
deterrence rather than physically using them. they're being drawn or wielded can be used as a deterrent. Again, of it's a show of potential force but not actual force. Then it would be the step up of using the non-lethals such as the taser, a baton, pepper spray, in which you're looking to engage with someone who is potentially violent or that's posing a threat but not a lethal threat, in order to subdue them in a peaceable manner as we can, having failed the first three parts of the escalation. And then the final level would be use of lethal force or deadly force, which would be use of firearms and such, which is the last stage where all previous stages of the escalation have failed, and we have to engage with someone who is presenting direct threat to life.
Okay.
I
The
know
level-
that's probably not the perfect way of
Lincoln 86,
presenting it.
76,
I'm a little
60.
rusty
It's
on
right
that bit
behind
of
me.
the actual wording of it
North
all.
Rockford.
Yeah, good. Level below, like directly below lethal. Would you call that less lethal, less than lethal, or non-lethal?
Less than.
Why?
Because tasers,
Damn
pepper spray,
Pablo on a
batons,
motorcycle.
etc. can still kill. They're just less likely to.
Okay.
They're not guaranteed to, disable you without causing serious harm or death.
Gotcha. More, do you want to do some 10 codes?
Pablo at this 60 on North Rockford.
Yeah, of
1041.
course. Oh.
Hold your butt. 1041.
On duty.
1054.
Ooh, that one I don't know.
Very important. One would argue the most important. It's especially if it turns into a 35.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Not a 45.
You don't know it?
You listed Rangers as one of your interested departments.
Isn't that animal welfare?
You're in the area.
I remember it having something to do with animal welfare, but it's one that I didn't use very much in Liberty City, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, you were in the city, so okay, that's fine. Livestock.
Okay.
1042.
Off duty.
1060.
In the vicinity?
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's
1037.
probably, traffic stop.
Mm-mm. 1080.
Vehicle chase.
1038.
I'm gonna guess maybe that one's the traffic stop.
Ding. 1077.
On my way to. No, it's not. No, it's not that. 76.
Mm-hmm.
77 is how long till you arrive. I'm telling you, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit rusty. It's been like 6 months.
That's fine. That one's not correct. 1078.
Need help?
Captain Harold, do you want to give an example of what a 78 is?
78!
Lincoln 86 back in service.
Always
Any
have.
photo units
Thank
on
you.
duty today?
Thank you.
Hey,
Okay, so I'm guessing more of an officer
apologies
down rather
for
than need help.
raising my voice. No, that's yet. That's yet.
Copy. Well, be advised, Pablo Escobar has made it apparent, like very apparently known that
It's an emergency backup.
caught on
Usually
We
people
went
yell
up there
it.
like a
calls
finest.
is, on a very fast motorcycle.
Okay, so
and tends
it's
to be
an
as rapid as
emergency
possible.
backup, not a
Awkward.
standard backup. Okay.
1023.
I'm gonna have to disappoint you on that one. I'm blanking on it.
That's okay. And 1022.
Nope, I'm afraid I'm rusty and I'm feeling like I'm letting you down.
No, you're fine. You're fine. 10-7.
Out of service.
And 10-6.
Busy unless urgent.
Okay, so
Smooth,
I'm
Chris.
just going to go back through them. A 1060, which is one that you missed, is a carjacking. 1037 is a suspicious activity. A
45 is
1038 is
the
the
dead
traffic
animal.
stop. The 1077 is you still need backup, but it's not an emergency. You can calmly say it.
The 54 is the livestock on highway.
1078 is need backup, emergency, thus Captain Harold shouting.
Okay.
1023 arrived on scene. 1022 disregard.
Okay, perfect. Some of those are a little different from my previous jurisdiction, but I will learn if you
Yeah.
take me on.
What is the difference between an alpha and a bravo? I about said beta.
So alpha is emergency shit, I've been shot level of help me, officer down, and bravo is I forgot to eat.
Good examples. Okay. Bravo potato. Okay. Did you ask about the fruit of the poisonous tree, Jay?
Not yet. I wanted to not be just yapping by myself. So I skipped to 10 codes for you.
Oh, how sweet. What is the most important information to pass when you are making a 78 call?
Where and what? So where you're
be
located.
more specific with the what.
What it is you're needing help with. So yeah, like being shot at, gun pointed at me. That, so the officers know what they're coming to deal with.
Okay.
So,
Give us an example. Brand new. It's the first time on the radio. There was no chatter about 78 before. Just do a dry run of a 78 call on the radio right now.
Do you mind if I use my
There's
old
so
call
much blood.
What?
There's blood?
That
You
wasn't
not
me,
see
I
all this blood
promise.
on the chair?
No.
Don't worry, I'm not here. Carry on.
Yeah, don't let
Okay,
her
radio
distract
call
you.
78. You're doing it right now.
Delta 05 1078, corner of Harwick and Old Street. Shots fired, officer down.
So if they're shooting at you, that's all good and whatnot. But as an oncoming officer, I can come to the scene. I can look at evidence. I can see, oh hey, there's casings on the ground. What can't I see when I'm arriving on scene after they've shot and left?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't quite catch.
So
Where they were shooting from?
So it's very easy for me to figure out that they were shooting at you, where they were shooting from. What is it not easy for me to tell if I'm arriving after they've shot you and left the scene?
Where they went. I'm trying to think. It could be where they went, what they were driving, what they looked like.
There you go. What a suspect description.
Okay.
If Matthew just calls out 78's LSSD, there are 100 people here, but only one LSSD deputy with an eye patch. At least I think only one LSSD deputy with an eye patch. There are a lot of us right now. So it's important to give a suspect description of what you're calling a 78 about.
Okay, perfect.
I have a clarifying question. Can you define me detainment?
Detainment is where you have put someone into your custody seeking further investigation pending possible arrest. But they are currently not at the point of being arrested for a crime.
Okay. How long is that holding?
I'm not entirely certain of the jurisdictional time here. in Liberty City, we had 48 hours where we could detain someone without charge. So that's the extreme.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's cap, but that will be the rest until pending charges. Not a detainment.
Okay.
You yourself said pending arrest. So let's just go from there. You're detaining somebody for 48 hours on the basis of what?
Well, that'll be on the basis of we believe that they have committed a crime and are investigating further based on that. That's from, again, that may be different with the jurisdiction here, is that was the difference, is that at the point you're being arrested, you are being arrested for a crime, so you are being charged with something. Detainment can be you are coming into our custody, but we haven't placed you under arrest for a specific crime, because that could be we're looking to, get evidence from you, search things from you, get statements from you about stuff, or possibly even deal with you with your legal representation. 48 hours was the maximum. Obviously, that's an extreme, and you'd have to really, really have damn good justification with the DOJ. To the DOJ when they came asking why you kept someone in the jail, in the cells down underneath the department for that long. But that was, to me, that was, as far as I know, is the difference. Of detainment is that yes, you're taking someone to their custody, but you haven't charged them with a crime yet.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this: if you detain somebody, and you move them under detainment, there is a high, up to, I want to say, 99% chance that you moving somebody under detainment is gonna qualify as an arrest.
Okay.
While you can arrest somebody and not push the charges at that time, you have the statute of limitation to push those. If you send somebody up to prison on a hold, there's going to be your 72 hours where you need to press those charges, or you're going to face some issues, habeas
also gonna be so much
corpus, and so
paperwork.
on. Yes. So, but basically, the detention attainment is just a brief holding, where you can go on with your questioning that is based on the reasonable suspicion that you have. So the detainment is not longer than necessary.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I knew there's things to learn, and I'm eager to learn them.
Hell yeah, it's a good attitude.
Okay. Just because we have you here, can you make a call out for 1080?
Sure. Delta 05, currently an active 1080, black in colored two-door sports car, one time occupied, eastbound Harwick Avenue. Can I get 77s to assist?
Okay. And during the chase, how would you go about giving instructions? How the car's traveling and whatnot, taking turns.
So
like directions.
Yeah. So that would normally be. Do you want me to give an actual call or an example of what should be in the call?
Feel free
Give an
to
actual
both.
call.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. So perhaps in this case we go turning left southbound Alta Street, heading towards construction site. So generally with call outs, I tend to look for the direction they're turning, so left, right, the cardinal direction, north, south, east, or west, the road if possible. I know sometimes it can be difficult to remember the roads or things are happening too quickly, and or a landmark that they're either by or heading towards. Preferably at least all or two of those at the least, if it's happening quickly, will help people understand. So even if you're going left southbound, right westbound, heading towards Rockford, that's going to help people get closer to your situation. Street names help a lot as well.
Okay. Any other questions, you two?
Nothing from me. I believe Moore's staring at her phone screen for a little bit.
No,
Oh.
no questions.
Okay. Well, Claire, we appreciate you coming in. You will hear from us for tomorrow. If you don't hear from us, it doesn't mean that you're not able to try this again at a later point. If you get it, it's most likely going to be an email. If you get an email tomorrow, same time, will be the interviews for the departments that you signed up somewhere on the Salt Flats. No, we do not know exactly where in the Salt Flats, but you know, you'll find it.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all taking the time, and
Of course. Do you have any questions for us?
I guess I'll ask y'all. I don't want to take too much of your time, but based on the little interaction we've had here, from what I've said, where would you putting aside my preferences, I put in documentation. Where would you see that I fit within law enforcement here? Where would you put me, or what would you use me for?
I would say, we need to see more. Honestly, not in like a bad way, but in a it takes time to really see where what department somebody would fit best in.
And
Okay,
just
I get
because
that.
you're interviewing for that department and going through your cadet phase, nobody should hold it against you to switch your department, not apartment. That's a different story. Department down the road. I'm gonna be real. It's only gonna be an issue when you're starting flip-flopping through every single department that we have.
Yeah,
okay, that's fair. And
there's also.
Sorry, carry on.
I was also going to say a lot of people, when they're in their cadet phase, they kind of realize what each department's about, and they may have not known that before. So.
Yeah, that's good. And last thing would be, is there anything that you would recommend? Whether I move on tomorrow or not, what sort any sort of feedback or advice or things for me to do a little bit of homework on.
Local law and SOPs. That is probably gonna be your toughest hill to climb, but I don't think you're gonna have issues getting there. So.
Okay, I appreciate that. I don't really think I've got much else. Just nice to have met y'all, and whether we work together or not, it was lovely to meet you, and hopefully to see you around.
Wonderful. You have a lovely weekend, and well, you're not interviewing for Polito, so even if you are around tomorrow, gonna be in a different booth. So.
Hey, I would never say never, but they only gave me a choice of 3.
Well, you have a good weekend then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care.
Have a good one.
No,
I got it. All right, it's just so much muscle memory to lock doors. Real quick, God damn it, Mossberg.
Mossberg fucked up and deleted all your notes.
Yeah.
What?
She's been writing Jad Thorne's note in Clara Less's. How was she?
Overall not bad. There's some I want to say information stuck in her head from another jurisdiction. That's gonna be the biggest thing. But overall, I not really. Don't think there's an issue. I'm not sure about the
She
fast track.
fast-tracked?
That is my question.
So she fumbled on a few things, but I wouldn't say that should be a necessary thing.
Think of it like this: if it was a solo eval and that was a test that you gave her for foundations, would she pass?
No.
No, she failed.
Okay, she's green.
Okay.
But I would still.
The whole point of being fast track and getting your foundation sign off automatically is that you don't have to do a solo eval and have a foundations quiz for solo.
Also, I apologize. I had to 100% fucking point out the fact that she was man-spreading in a dress.
Oh, my god.
I mean, you took a picture of it, so.
Yeah.
True,
you
yeah,
did.
yeah.
I'm looking for someone that were me. Hey guys, how's it
Oh,
going?
They're in the future chief
Hi.
there.
Where's up there?
All right, you're looking for Harold, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so for me it's green and yes for tomorrow. I
Yeah.
think the only
Good news, guys. There's only 2 left.
wow.
Oh, thank God.
The only
Okay,
thing
you're
is a
saying
vibe
thank
check
God.
with
I did this for like
Rangers,
6
for
hours a day
example.
for 3 days.
Well, that's more your problem because you didn't tell me to
Yeah.
come and help you. So
That does sound like a you problem.
I blame Quentin for making us do it for 3 days.
I blame that second guy.
Is she a yes for day 2, or is she one of
Yeah.
those? So it's
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah.
As a green,
Yes is green.
as a green.
I don't think we're gonna say no to anybody today. Wait, how many have we interviewed so far?
Don't jinx us. You never know.
3.
I'm gonna be honest. That Kazi.
We have
that
9.
Kazi.
We have 9 coming to day 2.
That's fine. That Kazi. Yapper. He'd be fantastic, but I mean.
I mean, the vibe check is
Yeah.
also going to
That
be
one-
day 2.
Yaps.
Think of it like this. Just because we're saying yes to them today doesn't mean they're 100% going to get offers from departments tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So are we is everybody from each individual like place going to be at day 2 then tomorrow?
yeah, the ones that I got
Okay.
confirmed are going for FTS support. We got Joe for LSSD. We got me, Bush, Ashford, and Ron for Polito. Harold is probably coming tomorrow to Grapeseed. We got Pond for
funny that
LSPD Central and Vine.
all the higher ups of
Davis,
Polito are
because
there, you
Ty
know?
hasn't given me a
It's
replacement
kind of
yet.
stupid.
We got Maddox and for some reason maybe Bloom at this time of day, and we have O'Shea for state parts. Well, Faraday has aired my text message, so yeah. And then we got Quentin and Casey for highway patrol, and whoever wants to join in for their respective departments can join in for those respective departments. All I did was ask for the department heads. Yeah.
So I was gonna say, as
if
far
you-
as
I mean, if you want to join like your respective department heads and also assist with interviews for day 2, I'm not gonna stop you.
Okay.
Because think we have. I mean, I'm gonna be real. We got how many people here today? For day
13?
1, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm talking about FTOs.
Oh.
9, 10,
I'm like
11,
half a point here.
12. 12. Yeah, we got 12 and Garrett. And that was me only speaking to Shift 1 FTI plus. Like, I'm very much ahead. I'm not going to turn you away at the door. Like, I'm not, yeah. If the city's on fire and 77, 78 is happening, obviously, yeah, I'll have to leave as like the first priority. But like, I'm not going to say no, you can't come. This is FTO only. I'm not like that. All right, we've got 3 remaining and 2 outside.
Hey, you all
Should we
right for me to
get
grab the next one?
Yeah, you want to grab the next one? I'm hopping between the 2 officers right now.
I'm just gonna observe him.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
I'll mark you on the whole group. There's so many people on duty today.
You don't have to. I'm just here to observe.
It's fine.
We have interviews tomorrow.
Wait, what time?
4 a.m. EST.
Oh, that's way
Whatever.
too early.
Yeah,
How is that way
that's
too
third
early?
shift. That's third
Okay,
shift.
I'm staying up all night for some stupid reason because I forgot that I scheduled something at 1:30 a.m.
Okay, the highway team, we're gonna take a 5-minute break.
That
just so you
sounds
know,
like a you
refreshing ourselves.
problem.
It's a me problem. I hate me.
So Mossberg, you got some time.
Okay. They're death rolling right now with Jay.
Oh, who's winning?
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 left. I mean, I assume y'all are ready, right? Because Bush's group is ready and your group is ready. And then we're done. Only
Yeah,
have
we're ready
one
to pick up the
no-show, which
next
is
one.
Dave
Yeah, we
Johnson.
just You know, we're just
I
doing the
fucking
toilet
sync
break.
all.
You know, grab a drink,
Okay.
that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue.
Why don't you have your service stripes on?
I'm sorry,
Hey,
what?
I do want to say
Why don't you have
I
you know,
really
your
appreciate
stripes
all of you being
on
able
your-
to
on
come
your
and
sleeve?
support with these interviews. There is a lot of them, and the fact that we
stupid.
were able to do 12 interviews in 2 hours is
For
crazy.
me, it's you know, years in service and
Yeah, contributed a lot.
FTI or whatever.
I know.
Thank you,
I
Levi.
know. I'm just having them, but I know. Wait a minute. Does that mean it still fits me?
Don't worry, we're gonna do the same thing
I don't know how
tomorrow,
many
but it'll
years
probably
you're,
be more
you've been
interesting
in
because it's for
service.
your own departments.
I forgot.
Does anybody have food
I actually forgot.
or water?
Hey, I also say, I know I
Was that
only
a-
invited the
that was a
department heads,
drive-by
like
dead.
sergeants
Oh
for
my
that
God.
department. But
swear
if
to
you want to
God.
come to day 2 tomorrow and assist with your department for department hiring, I'm not going to turn you away. If you want to come, just come. It'll be at the Salt Flats next to the Alamo Sea.
Alright, have a seat.
FTO chat as well.
Yeah, just sit
But
down.
I'm trying if I can squeeze my legs in here.
Just sit
Just
down.
have a seat.
Yeah, just sit down.
I'm trying.
You are being timed.
What? Hold on. I'm being timed on the seat. Hold on. Can you restart the timer?
Already running.
No.
You're getting angry at the chair.
I'm getting. I'm thinking about it.
Is that how you resolve things?
No, sir. Calm and collected, trying to sit in my chair. Did you glue these chairs to the floor?
No,
No,
just
no.
sit
Everybody
down.
else has been having just sit down.
Just sit down. It's not really. It's not a magic trick or so. Just sit down.
Hold on.
What are you eating, Bush?
You were so close. What the
I
hell?
have pocket M&Ms.
I was
Oh.
so close to that. There we go.
There you go.
There you go.
See, look, calm, collected approaches always work.
It still took you longer than anyone else.
Hey, in the end, we all got the same result, and I ain't never had that complaint before. So it's first for me.
Okay. That's not something we needed to know.
No booty on duty.
All right. All right, moving on from that, I'm Deputy J. Garrison. This to my right is. And this to my left is.
Sergeant Matthew Bush for the Toledo Bay Sheriff's Department, also an FTI.
And I pleasure to meet you. Guessing I'm getting interrupted.
Not a good start, really.
I am senior lead Natasha Carlson.
Look who it
also
is.
field training supervisor
We
for
saw you in
Shift 3.
character, so cool.
And now to my right is.
I am Senior Officer Anastasia Moore. I am an FTO for Shift 3, but I am Shift Yes right now. Hello.
And actually, that's kind of crazy. You're being interviewed by one person from Shift 1 and 3 people from Shift 3.
Yep.
Anyway, and you are.
I'm Dave Johnson, sir. Pleasure to meet y'all.
Cool. Tell me, who is Dave Johnson?
Dave Johnson, well, I'll tell you a little about myself. I grew up in Toledo Bay, born and bred. Lived in the trailer parks up there for the early
I
years
love
of
the way
my
you
life.
think more.
And, well, I spent a little bit of my time, like my trade as a mechanic. Went to college for a
No,
little
he's
bit, studied some law.
LSPD, and I went.
50676,
And
latest
then
60.
after college, I did mechanicking because
silver
it
and
was part of my
colored
father's
Mesa
business.
on Crusade Road.
Recently, kind of experienced down my Leo side of the career path because obviously I had a little bit of background in law and judiciary and how that worked. Then went into the LSPD for my first little bit. Went through academy there, and as per when I put my application, done LSPD, BCSO, and then Major Crime Division. Those are my three kind of areas. Love to do me some hunting, fishing on the weekends, and been enjoying some time out on whatever bit of water I can whenever I can with some friends. Always crack a cold one and sit back and enjoy the sunset in a boat in the lake is my kind of ideal way to spend a weekend. Sure.
60.
That's who Dave Johnson is. Any further questions, you let me
I
know.
have the gray and colored Mesa on scene. Got eyes on it. Nobody in the area though.
Got any favorite sports teams?
Favorite sports teams. To be honest, I don't really follow the sports. It's just a little too fast paced for my liking. I can watch it. I could sit back and watch it, and then I'd probably fall asleep. Tell you the truth. What about you, sir? Do you have any favorite stream?
Yeah, sometimes, but it was more like probing how you would react to your favorite team winning the World Cup or whatever.
I see.
Well. So it's too fast paced for you. You sure that if sports are too fast paced, then PD would be the right choice?
Well, no, it's more so watching them. I do believe PD is the right choice for me. I have previous experience in PD, like I said. I enjoy the adrenaline that I get from it. It's definitely an eye opener for me and keeps me what's the word? Gives me the will to wake up in the morning, get out of bed, hop to it, and get on with my day.
Check channel 1.
So your top 3 departments are the LSSD, LSPD, and Highway.
Correct, sir.
Why not Polito?
Is Polito not under the LSSD?
Yeah, but you would be, LSSD is Sandy, basically central, and LSPD is also central. So you have Grapeseed, you have Polito, and you have Central within the LSSD, and you have DPPD, you have Central, and you have Vinewood for the LSPD.
The Polito is not something that I'd be opposed to, but I guess my main reason for LSSD would be because I have kind of knowledge of the lay of the land. I know my way around here, and because I grew up in Polito, I don't really want to, as a friend of mine once said, I don't really want to shit where I eat.
Did you get a
I kind of want to focus my time on whenever I come to work, I'm focusing directly on work rather than especially having things evolved like anything at home or anything like that. I want to be focused exactly on work.
All right, let's make this a 78 situation.
so,
All hands on deck. We got.
I mean, I might look to
we got
go to Polito if
everybody
that's
here
a
that's 10-8.
possibility.
Yeah, we do. We're coming.
It wasn't something I was ruling out.
Huh. So.
Sorry.
God damn it.
Well,
We've got eyes. He's being held at.
There's a lot of people on duty right now.
Copy. Let's
Are
get
there?
someone out there to make. Oh, shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
Suspect down.
Yeah.
Suspect down.
Down the road,
someone
3
while-
months, 6 months, a
Yeah,
year.
so
Where do you see
Can
yourself?
we, I'm gonna clear Harper and then we can. Come
In the terms of few months, I'd like to see myself becoming part of the PD, become a well-known
Yeah,
member
City
of
Hall immediately. We
PD,
got
get
it down.
myself,
FIB agent and
I'm going to sheriff's department, become part of the
Oh, there you
SWAT
go.
deputy. Love to expand my training, maybe looking to specialize in one of the
we've got enough units on scene
subdivisions or subunits. I kind of put down that I was interested in canines. Definitely would like to see myself probably go down that route.
86. I'll collect evidence.
Expand my career a little
vehicle
bit.
used in the
I have
crime
a
at
love
all,
for
or did
dogs.
they
I have
just,
myself a dog.
This is Harper.
So
It was
that's something
used
I would
for,
like to go down to. Maybe in a year's time,
506 gonna
see if I
document the
can
vehicle.
progress further. I admire you guys for training others. I have a passion for training others because it helps expand my own knowledge whenever I can solidify it and explain things to other
I have
people.
them in my custody. I'm just
So maybe look down towards that path of becoming in the FTO team.
collecting evidence or no?
Yeah, Lincoln 86.
Okay, so
506 documented
if
vehicle.
one quality that you have, which one is it that makes you wanting us as
Harper-
somebody sitting next to us while on
Copy.
patrol?
I meant the golf club. Sorry. Why they? Why?
Why'd they hit him?
Well,
Don't need
I was
additional.
going to answer that two different ways. I was going to say one reason that I think
Negative
I
or
would be a good fit
sufficient?
for PD and quality was that I soak in information like a sponge. You can kind of just throw me into
It seems like suspect took most of the
circle or
gunshots
pool
from
of
the vest.
knowledge, and
It's still gonna be
I can
bleeding
kind of
though.
pick it
It's
all up.
unison route.
One reason I
I
think
never
you
mind, I got
can
disregard. I got
look at me as someone to work alongside you is because I'm reliable. There's whenever I need to be there, I am there. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I am there. I'm either I'm never on time. I'm always early because on time's late. So that's I think my main quality.
Okay. Let's go to the more
You advised
boring
whoever's the
part. What is
arresting officer of
RS?
Harper. They do have 42
That would be
joints in
reasonable
their glove box.
suspicion, sir.
And what is reasonable suspicion?
That's whenever you have the hunch or belief that someone is
Evidence
and
has,
is
been
or about
collected.
to commit a crime. For example,
Thank you.
you witnessed a driver driving erratically and veering in and out of lanes, for example, and you had the suspicion that they were possibly under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Be reasonable suspicion.
Okay, and what can you do with RS?
For example, in that one, you could breathalyze them, and then that would give you substantial evidence, and then you'd have your probable cause in that situation. You can also do other things like carry frisks and so on.
So what exactly? When are you breathalyzing them? Down in the cells?
You could do, yes. I'm not sure what your SOPs are on that. Where I'm from, it was possible that we had roadside breathalyzer machines that we carried with us in our kits in our cars, so we could do it on the roadside. But I believe that's how we did it, and then we had a blood test whenever they got to PD. The nurse would take a blood sample from them.
Okay, so you see somebody swerving on the road. What is happening then? If you're the cop behind him,
you would initialize a traffic stop, turn on your lights, and have them pull over to the side of the road, and then
okay.
conduct your traffic stop.
What is a traffic stop? In another word.
I guess you could
There's
say
already
it's
a report up, guys.
investigation or
28556.
questioning.
So most appreciate you.
individual.
Whoever searched the vehicle, do you guys take the evidence out of the vehicle?
Investigating what's going on.
For
Apologies, sir. I'm not.
Well,
I'm
you know,
not
it's all
100%
good.
sure what you're,
So, what is a detainment then?
All right, yeah, the report's ready for you guys. So,
be where that person's not free to leave until you've finished, for example, your questioning or your investigation. So you typically you detain them, you place them in cuffs or in the back of your car until you finish that line of question or investigation. Detainment doesn't mean they're under arrest, though.
Okay. Probable cause. What can you tell me about probable cause?
Probable cause is the escalation from reasonable suspicion. So obviously that's based on what evidence you have to back up the suspicion. It's like the next level.
And what can you do with PC?
PC, you can do a lot of different things. You could conduct searches and sorry, my mouth's a little dry there.
It's all good.
Yeah, for example, with probable cause, if you had the probable cause, you could arrest somebody, search them, see what they had on them. If we went back to that case of the driver that we suspected was drunk, search the vehicle and see if there's any open cans of beer that in the words or whatever. That sort of thing.
Okay. Well, what are other reasons to search a vehicle
whenever they leave to the
or
hospital, something like
other
this.
property?
be
Um,
going with the suspect to the hospital.
Well, if you have a search warrant for the vehicle or the sorry, slips me at the moment.
The house
Like I
property.
said, I'm still a little bit rusty. It's
That's
been
fine.
a minute since I've been
Listen,
out.
we're just trying to
so-
figure out at what level you're at. So
Yeah.
it's all
No
good.
problem.
There is one thing that a suspect can give you to search a vehicle or a house, for
Muller, how many
example.
you got with you?
What would that
Or
be?
it's going to be myself and Keller and the EMS.
Alright, you guys
Slips
sufficient
my
or you
head
need to back up
this
it?
time.
We'll be
I'll be honest with you.
sufficient.
Looking for the consent.
For
Oh.
us. We'll be
Yeah. That's fine.
How are your 10 codes?
Copy, I think. I appreciate it.
They're okay, but I would assume it's only going to be the basics because I'm guessing that your 10 codes are probably very different to what I'm used to. So
Okay, the basics are fine. What's a 1080?
be an active vehicle chase.
1038.
Traffic stop.
On duty.
10. Oh goodness, I get these two mixed up. 10-8s and 10-7s is on or off duty, I think, and then 10. No, that's in and out of service, and then 1041, 1042 on or off duty.
Okay. Arrived on scene.
1023 is what I'm used to.
Okay, so we do have a couple of backup calls. One of them is an emergency, and the other one is an emergency. Which ones are those?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head, sir.
Okay. What's 1022?
Not sure, sir.
Okay, I just disregard that one, I guess. What's a 1077?
Again, sir, it's more a case of I'll probably have to brush up on the simple material. It's not a recital issue.
Okay.
The X-ray 34.
What's the most important information you're gonna call over the radio in a emergency backup call? So somebody is let's say you're doubled up. Somebody is pulling a gun on your partner, starts shooting. What are you calling over the radio?
Location and that you're being shot at, and depends how much you can get out. But yeah, location, who, where. That's usually what I would go for.
Okay. You guys, any questions that you want to add? Oh, whoa! What is this behind me? What kind of a 10 code is on the screen right now?
All right. Good stuff,
That
guys.
looks like a mess of parked cars, sir. But
Hopefully strong
Oh,
rock's
that's
okay.
a classic. It's a 10 board.
506 is 10-8.
Yep.
It's usually when it's a traffic stop where somebody says, "Oh, there's so many goops for this," and then everybody arrives.
Yes, sir.
EMS sometimes shows up to it too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it
At
looks
least in
like
shift
some
3.
kind of failed felony stop, but
No,
there's so many
no.
cops there that I'm not sure what I'm not sure what's going on there. It's everybody.
Okay, you guys got any questions for him?
I have one thing.
Yes, sir.
I just told you your grandma died. How do you react?
That's a very unfortunate set of
60
circumstances.
in Vespucci Canal.
I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks for informing me.
Alright, that's all I got.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, you will be informed.
Natasha, didn't you have a question?
Oh, sorry.
Not from me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she's a little bit quiet anyways, so.
Dispatch to CRA,
But yes,
76
Mr.
to the
Johnson,
Yellow Jack to help
you will be
concerned
informed
citizen.
about tomorrow when you're getting an invite to talk to the department heads. If you are not getting any feedback, that doesn't mean that this is the stop, the end of all. Feel free to resubmit a application at a later point, another job fair, and so on. But yeah, you should hear really soon, TM. Somewhere between. Oh God, we can ask Meyer.
I think Meyer said by the end of the day.
Dispatch 5 Lincoln 86.
By the end of the day, when do they hear back from you or not?
I don't know. We're nearly done. We're done, right?
60 over by the
Yes.
canal is gonna be
I don't know.
closed
You'll probably
for
hear from us in like the next 3 hours.
some tow truck drivers.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Okay. When you hear back, it will be on assault flights somewhere. We don't know yet, but you know.
Oh, I know. They're gonna have to find out.
Yes. Well, Mr. Johnson, we appreciate you coming in. Thank you for the interview, and you have a lovely weekend.
Awesome. Thank you very much. You also. And apologies for cutting you off, ma'am. That was not intentional. I was trying to. And I don't want to go out with a bad taste in your mouth. It was definitely not intended. And apologies for being a little raspy. As you can hear, my throat's kind of shot right now. I wasn't even thinking I would have made it, but hey, I did my best to be here. So I appreciate y'all's time.
Wonderful.
And,
All right.
Question: were you the person I helped at the MRPD a few days ago when you had to apply?
Yes, you were actually.
Okay, perfect.
So thank you very much. I did actually get here, so
Yeah.
I'm very glad of that. So thanks for all the help, and
You're
hopefully
welcome.
hear back from you soon. I'll see you guys later and enjoy your weekend. All right.
Have a
Take
good one.
care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, folks. Y'all have a good one. Oh, all right. I guess
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
going anywhere.
There you go.
I'm locked in here. All right. Thank you.
All right. I can't lie. I popped in here and got bored.
Yeah. Why did you have to say we haven't said no to anyone?
Wait, what?
You jinxed.
No,
You jinxed it.
no. Oh, before. Okay. I thought she said. No, she didn't say that during the interview.
No, she said
How
it
do
before
I
the
say
interview.
this? He did warm up at the end a little, which I was hoping he would during the whole more technical side. But holy moly, he's having a tough day. He's a rainy day where you don't even want to snuggle up in front of a fucking fire and eat s'mores.
I mean,
Yeah, that
some
was
people
just-
just have that type of voice. That's the unfortunate thing. Just like some people have a resting bitch voice, aka me.
True, but your voice still shows emotion.
I think he was
Sometimes
nervous.
forced.
When I talked to him like 5 days ago at MRPD, he did not sound like this. I think he's nervous, which is understandable. Like there's like 4 or 5 people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I know that he's been trying to get hired for months.
Lincoln
He
86,
tried
76,
to
that
get
lady
hired with the old
60, San
application,
Andreas.
but
I'm
he
actually
was
right next to it.
overlooked.
5 Sierra 6, same traffic. About my one mic out though.
So he's probably gonna be a person who's gonna stick around if he is to get hired and do his best.
Victor 86, I got a female in the vehicle. Right
What
now.
would we say about the foundations?
Black hat, black tank
Oh,
top.
that
I'm
one
gonna
is
try to
failed,
stop
but
her.
Okay.
there's some bases there that are fine. But yeah, it is not there. He needs a list to go through and learn that, and he'll be fine.
Okay.
Has everyone just failed foundations? We only got 3 people who passed foundations. This is not a fast class.
Mossberg, please.
07.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, so the thing is that
Outside of the car speaking with
the
an
little,
officer.
very little things
Long
that
white
could be
hair,
just
big black witch
reminded,
hat,
I don't
black
think
crop
we
top.
should like automatically fail them with the foundations,
additionals
but I
needed at the time.
understand with the question that you asked, like if I was giving them a final, would I pass them? The answer would be no. So That's the unfortunate thing, is that most of these people, I would not pass them if I was doing a final because they failed.
If you give them a solo and you ask those doing a solo eval, will you pass them there?
To be promoted to solo?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're still in a cadet phase. They're still learning, they're still adapting. But if it's an actual like final from solo
Well,
to
yeah, no,
like
no. I'm talking about like basically this, because they say that fast track during the application. The whole point of doing the foundations is to basically get the foundations sign off as a cadet, as like a non-solo. So it's basically like a solo.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
I
what I mean.
Okay, well that's
what I
my
meant,
fuck up then. Okay, so then Claire, I believe would be fine with a past foundations.
What did she get wrong?
Uh,
The only thing that I remember off the top of my head is that
thanks to
she's-
Mossberg, I can't remember what all she fucking missed.
Yeah, we had a lot more notes on her, and then Mossberg.
Yeah, there
killed
was
us.
something with Forrest. Then apparently with the old CD, they could detain people up to 48 hours.
That was fucking wild.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, here's the thing. That's our own jurisdiction. We can just knock that out of her straight away.
Yeah. I mean, it's like different city. Like, you know, it's different city. Like, if the person is solid in basically everything, but there's like some adaptation thing, that's something that you need to be aware of. And
Knock it out during the fast program.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with her. Honestly,
I mean, would she pass foundations? Are you saying this is still a fail?
She stumbled over her words, very similar to how Sally was like skittish. But if it's again, if it's to promote her to solo, I would promote her and say you still have to do this, this, and this, and be advised of this. To me, she passed at least to get solo.
Yeah, it's
if
stuff
we're
that can
doing
easily
it that
be.
way. Yeah. I was
Dave
taking it a
Johnson?
different way.
The guy that we just had? Or y'all just had?
Outside of his voice, which is very monotone, yeah. I wouldn't pass him on the foundations though.
What
So
did he get wrong?
What did he get wrong, Bush?
The 10 codes.
I mean, okay.
He was the one. I was looking for what you can do with RS, where he couldn't say that you can detain someone with it. I really tried to get it out of him. So
the biggest thing I got from him was basically he's not sure in his answers completely. He's not like confident enough in it. You know what I mean?
A lot like I was.
I'm going to say this. I don't think it will be wrong if Johnson goes through green cadet phase. He might be faster than a pure green one, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. I mean, he can still be a solo after 2 weeks.
Is there a unit in the city available? Go down to Davis PD.
Okay. Yeah, I would say.
About his van being in the.
I was just gonna say, I would say my biggest concern would be more so rather than fast track or green, just making sure that if he goes to the second interview, if he is like
Why is it in there?
brought on
Yeah,
enough for
Chris.
sessions that he shows more personality. And it sounds like from what Carlson said, he has the capacity. It's just today was either an off day or nervous.
10-9 your last?
Does anyone know why Franklin DePont's van is in the David parking lot?
I do think he might be monotone. A lot of people are monotones in interviews, but
yeah,
I have a feeling with this guy that if he's getting the offer,
You can get someone down there to
strive on
get
it.
back. It's not used for anything.
And I think he's gonna be one of the people who's gonna stick around for a really long time and go up the ranks.
He put LSSD as his first choice. I don't think it's LSSD.
Really?
You think this guy's Sandy?
I think he could be LSSD. Yeah.
He didn't know about the sub departments.
I mean,
Which
that's
is
something
reading
that he
comprehension.
can. Yeah, I mean, that's something that he can work on tomorrow.
God damn.
My God. That's something that he can work on tomorrow during the Department Day. Maybe he just won't get an offer from county.
Jay out here
Yeah.
throwing shade. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna check if
guys,
there's one more outside.
Okay.
Read the application skill issue.
How many people have actually read the fucking DPS policies and procedures? Please.
Right.
Alright, that's
Name.
it.
I fucking
Nice.
sprinkle.
Wow.
Sorry.
Fucking Theo Zavala was texting 311 about appealing a ticket from over 45 days ago.
I don't
Alright,
think
so
they
we
can
have-
because it's a ticket.
You invited him today too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're letting everyone into day 2. Alright.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Let day 2 judge them.
God, we don't have enough for a fast class then. Should we? We have 4 who pass foundations.
What the fuck is that?
That's the old one.
Yeah, 7
Yeah.
months ago.
From 7 months ago. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, we got 4 who pass foundations. I guess that's something that I'm gonna have to discuss with the FTIs and FTSs. See what we're gonna do with this class, because my plan was to have 6 or 7 fast for this class.
Right. I mean, you can also simply just take some of them and put them on a waitlist, and as soon as the stuff is more
We
clear,
already have 4 green on a wait list.
I mean, you take those green and you move some of the other people on here if you really want them.
I mean, okay.
But
I mean,
we have 3 people on our waitlist that's getting through now.
I mean, think of it like this. There's how many that's going
I
to
think we
day
have
2
2.
that are basically going to be green.
I think
3
it's only
plus 1, 4,
Casanova
5.
and Bush.
5 that are green that are being invited to tomorrow. Say if like 3 of them get invites, that's going to be 7 greens for 1 class, which is way too much. Yeah, they're not going to get onboarded for a while. Which is why I'm tempted to just say, yeah, fuck it. If all 4 of these get hired, if all 4 of the fast get hired, I might just combine them with our current waitlist and just bring them in next week.
You could do that.
And just sack off the fast class idea. Because one of them is a 2 fast, and then it'll be 4 green, 3 fast.
Did they specifically put down shift 1?
They're all shift 1.
Okay. As I was going to say, if they have any sort of, I guess, lenience towards, like, say, shift 3 and shift 1, like, say, the tail end of shift 3.
That's the best case scenario. If they're late 3
Yeah.
into 1, that is fucking amazing. Because that's where we're struggling the most, like, as a PD.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be careful about our FTOs. That's the problem that I have, because we don't have
Dispatch
that
5
many.
Victor 86, 76, Vinewood PD 195.
I know Mendoza would probably FTO Nightwood, Starkwood when she gets her. Actually, you know what? We might be able to justify bringing the greens in with this.
So it seems
Sorry,
like
did you
I
say you
can
documented the
say this
vehicle
for,
already?
like shift
A
3
firm,
now.
yeah.
Like it seems like we're gonna be bringing in 3 green cadets, and then we're gonna have like fast track and experienced officers in shift 3. So this class is gonna be a mix, but good ones.
What if we make some of these greens cook and invite them to like dispatch in the meantime? Who would say yes to dispatch?
I mean, what you could do is you could say, look, you guys are, we classify you guys as beginners. We would
Actually, you know
offer
what, no,
you a
you know what,
position
yeah.
to dispatch.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, you know what? Even if they get invited to day 2 and we're gonna invite them to the wait list, we're gonna just we'll have them interview with dispatch as well, or like give them an invitation to dispatch. And I'll happily take 4 greens, have them have them learn in dispatch, get solo dispatch within a week, and
Let them
then
cook.
have them be
Yeah.
dispatched for a month or a month and a half. Because at the end of the day, we're using it as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
And I mean, just tell them like you guys gonna have a lot of experience. If you're on a station, you can still observe how people are being processed. So you're learning a lot. Like I don't mind dispatch being in the cells, observing how people are getting processed and all of that. And learning from it.
Yeah.
So it's actually like a lot of learning. You're getting your radio,
Dispatch
get
2
everything.
Sierra 08. It's gonna be 10:42. Good night.
Thank you for your service.
All right. I'm gonna check on the other ones, and then we're gonna have a debrief down here. What does Turo
I'm gonna head back to
want?
the station.
Okay.
Good one.
Goodbye, Net.
Well,
Yeah,
that was
definitely
something.
energy crashing now. Oh my god.
I don't. I personally don't mind FTOing in other shifts, depending on my schedule. And right now, my schedule is as open as fucking anything right now. So, it
Eh.
might change the start of October, though, arguably. But we'll see. Okay, people need to just stop giving ammunition to that fucking Billy person.
Yeah.
Oh my
What the fuck did
God.
he do this time?
He 3-1.
Yeah. Just small things. You know how it is. Just little, I didn't know MRPD very well, so you know.
Sticking with the county tag. That's why we also got the county radio. Anybody's welcome to hop on it, and anybody's welcome to tag things with county if it happens.
Hello and goodbye.
See you, buddy.
There's nothing on my profile saying I'm employed by the government.
I don't even know. Well, one was Joe, yeah. Was Cole.
Oh, I didn't think to look at that one.
Yeah, the government profile isn't public to everyone, but it definitely is helpful for the public to know, but it's not like a mandatory requirement.
Why is my front red light broken? Okay. Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I am hungry.
How are you? Would you like a menu?
Do you need
Yes, please, because I've been starving during interviews, so.
Not really. We're just gonna talk about everything at the
interviews,
end
huh?
and go through everyone's thoughts about every
Yep,
person.
yep.
If you want to dip, you can dip because you have other people.
No, I can. What was your name? I just wanted to make
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Matthew Bush,
I appreciate
Sergeant with the Paleto Bay Sheriff's Department. Could I get a cheesecake and a chocolate cupcake because they go directly to my hips, and then a coffee and a pink lemonade.
Absolutely. Let me run her around back and get that coffee brewing.
Thank you.
There was a flying.
Ooh. Yeah, I've been talking for 3 hours to
Oh, geez.
hopeful cadets and recruits. So,
506, latest 1060.
and I
right
did
off
not
Tokyo
get
Parkway.
anything to eat beforehand.
Oh no, that's even worse.
Also, you can charge everything to 1169, 1169.
All right. There you go. Everything's on the tray for you.
Oh. I appreciate that lots. You guys have a lovely day, weekend, and I'll be back because I do like cupcakes.
360
Goodbye.
of Autotopia Parkway. Not seeing any eyes on any individuals.
Delicious.
I'm gonna go ahead and call that code 4.
Fresh squeezed lemonade to quench your thirst, but pink. I wanted to say Joan. Joan. Thank you for the follow. I don't know where the alert is. I didn't hear an alert. Did you guys hear an alert? Oh my god, all my audio stuff got effed over because of the update. Dear Lord. Yeah, Samurai check sound insert here. So I did not plan to stream longer than the interviews. So this is gonna be a short one. Also, weird music choice today, must admit. But I will be fixing my audio stuff. It's Marvin Gaye.
Dispatch 506 76, that latest 60 in the Vespucci Canals.
Well, I haven't done anything today. I'm kind of EP. I think we have like one person
toll out again.
actually showing up for Polito. So I don't know. Depending if I'm doing something else as well, maybe. Let's go and vote real quick. See, doubt Azure and Ron will be streaming, but you do you. We'll see how busy it's gonna get. Okay, most def, you're not it.
Alright, Quentin's done his last interview. If you're still on this radio, let's go to the meeting room.
Oh my god, meeting.
Why did it swap back? What the? Okay. Where can I vote here?
I think I'm actually gonna put my cowboy outfit on as soon as we get back into the city.
Well, if you want to do it now, I actually.
Guess where they're coming from.
I have not a single clue why I ran all that way, but you know, it just felt right.
No. Mayor's office, conference hall. Didn't. The Blaine County City Hall next to the mayor's office. Ah. At least you can only vote one. There you go. No need for a sticker. Oh no.
Radio check.
10-2. 10-2.
Okay, I'm gonna make it simple. For those that are still here, I'm gonna send you over to Ayub, so you can watch what's happening at the meeting. So I love your faces. Appreciate you being here as always. And we'll see if stream tomorrow. I can't guarantee.
Dispatch show Delta 17
Goodbye.
1037 on Spanish Ave.
Really want to change scenes, but there we go. Goodbye. Have a lovely Saturday. Goodbye.